guys, we're gonna do another what if here called, what if Naruto had infinite chakra? So, what we're gonna do here, instead of just having physically infinite chakra, he's gonna regenerate chakra so fast, it's basically infinite. Don't ask how or why it's gonna be like that. So, what changes here is Naruto has the full 9 tails. Okay? I'm also doing this since Naruto's an Uzumaki. He's gonna get the Uzumaki stuff. And with the theory of Minato, well, I think it's a theory. I'm not 100% sure. Don't ask me. Of that Tsunade is Minato's mother, and Kaito, or Kaito, however you want to say it, is his father. So, we're going to go to the Kaito clan, because I couldn't do too much research on it, because my actual Chromebook charger broke, and I'm not going to deal with that. So, basically, their specialties are healing, swords, which is, sword stuff, and wind release, because, swords and wind release are pretty good. The Kinkagenkai is, Kaioken. The highest has ever been seen is 241. Totally didn't use a random number generator for that. And the abilities just amps power. They have a Dojutsu called the Samurai Eye. Since they're dealing with swords, they have this, otherwise known as I like to call it Dollar Store Sharingan. Abilities, higher perception time, which basically doesn't increase your reaction speed, or there's how to put that there. Basically, it slows down time for the user to see things better and stuff. Like, you could copy jutsu with it, but you'd have to have the release, and you'd have to be pretty good, I think, for sure. It starts as 2 times the perception time, all the way to 50 times. And then we got a strength increase, okay? Starts as 1.5 times to 10 times. Yeah, pretty overpowered. Just wait until we get to Naruto. So, this is a starter Naruto, like baby Naruto. This is all he has. His perfect wind release. He has lightning release. He has wind release from his father, technically his grandfather, and his mother. Lightning release from his father, water release from his mother, a chakra change from his mother, chakra eater. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. Earth release, because he's gonna send you, and I want him to have that. And ceiling release. Yep. Because, why not? I'm going to explain what Chakra Eater does. It's a healing technique that the Uzumaki use. I haven't heard of anyone using it, though. I read this a long time ago, so I'm not 100% sure if this is true or not. But basically, you eat your own chakra and it heals you. That's what it does. Ignore that. So basically, we're going to get into the story. Now it's just pretty overpowered. Yeah. I'm balancing Sasuke, don't worry. Sasuke's gonna be overpowered too. Yeah, he's gonna start with Eternal Mangekyo, nothing special there. I'll explain that once we get to that part. Okay, so I just rewatched a bit of Naruto until it got too cringy for me, normal. So basically, the Nine Tails attacks, and it's basically the same, Kurama gets controlled and stuff. Instead of half of the QB being sealed inside of Naruto, the full QB gets sealed inside of Naruto. So Naruto will eventually get fire, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, the last release and yin and yang release. Even though his father had that and his mother had yin release, apparently. So yeah. They don't notice that he regenerates chakra fast, though. They don't notice that. They notice he has an absolute large amount of chakra, Because pretty much the Uzumaki's Kenki Genkai is sealing in friggin' chakra. Since he's part Senju, I'm pretty sure Senju have a crap ton of chakra. So, yeah. He has... Christ, how much? He has Jonin level chakra. Like low Jonin level chakra. That's how much would be left over. How much does he have? He has high Jonin level chakra to low Kage level chakra. Somewhere between that. Ooh. Yes. Did you pause? Alright, I'm gonna re-say that because I don't know if it paused or not. He has his maximum chakra is low. Low Kage to high Jonin chakra. That's between that. If I repeated that twice, I'm sorry. My phone kind of shut off. The samurai eye looks like that. Okay. So yeah. One thing that annoyed me about Naruto is that he didn't have chakra chains. No. One of the things that when I think of Uzumaki, besides thinking of sealing, is chakra chains. They're separated into 3 different categories. Well, the most common categories. There's one more. It's just black. Black hole. Chakra chains. His level is blue, which is the lowest one. Next one is red, and the one after that is gold, like you see in the picture. Eventually, he'll get black chakra chains because I'm gonna make Naruto overpowered. With the Chakra Eater, he heals. He's basically immortal with infinite chakra. He gets the full QB, so yeah, he has quite a bit of chakra. Yeah, this is starter Naruto. This is baby Naruto, by the way. Yeah, I'm making him a little bit too overpowered. So yeah, that's what happens. And, Danzo, when Naruto's 4, releases the secret of Naruto being the QB. Well, having the QB sealed inside of him. Naruto has always had an affinity with wind, for those 3 or 4 years. Wind jutsus never affected him. This has happened because, let's just say, he went to a training ground when he was young, and it was full of Joni, and they're on really high alert, because, they're expecting something, and one fires a wind jutsu instantly, they're Jonins, and it doesn't even affect Naruto. Let's just say this was Gale Palm, okay? Yeah, Naruto can use any jutsu, so now he can use that. Don't ask how. Don't. My what if. And that kind of scares Naruto. And a little chakra chain pops up, but only the Jonin noticed and Naruto didn't notice. It was a blue one, and it wasn't that big. Like, it was probably like 3. Yeah, that's quite big actually. Yeah, 3 feet long, and it was blue. It was very blue. Because there's just pure chakra, pretty much. Yeah, that's what happens, and Naruto is constantly eating his chakra, okay? Okay, let's just say that, because why not? So, Naruto, at the age of 4, has Kage level chakra, for sure. Mid-Kage level chakra. Because, 4 years of constantly eating your chakra, yeah. But that's in total. Now he has a mid-Jonin. No, not mid-Jonin. Hold on. He has high Jonin level chakra now, at the age of 4, let's just say that. So yeah. That kind of scares Naruto. Chakra chain pops up. He now has a lot of chakra. I'm gonna add one thing to his list that I forgot to do. I'm gonna add blessings, but let's just make these even more rare. Let's say Naruto was lucky enough with a blessing of chakra control. And let's just say it's 100%. Because why not? I'm not going to do that. So yeah. He's taken quite interest in the god of chakra. And he gave him a blessing of chakra control. So yeah. And no, the god of chakra is not Hagoromo. It's an actual god of chakra who's pretty much a god. And he can beat any god. He's pretty much the strongest god. He has truly infinity chakra. Um, so yeah, already explained the Kaito clan. And also let's do one more thing. Naruto now can use no, he's not. No, he won't use Kaioken. Uh, he will later on because I'm gonna make him have a horrible year. So basically when uh Danzo leaks the information about Naruto being the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Uh, the village really hates him because let's just say that Nine Tails kills quite a bit more, and let's just say I think it was a fourth. Say it killed a third instead of the shinobi, and like some of the villagers, of course, and instead of having like let's just say Konoha was twice the size it used to be until the Jinchuriki, not Jinchuriki, Nine Tails was released. So yeah, they're gonna hate him a lot more now. So yeah, that's what happens, and don't ask how. Okay, let's say wild Biju bomb came off and destroyed half of Konoha. Uh, so yeah, they're gonna want to kill him. Even though this would be a terrible idea because it's like instead of just half. Wait, actually no. I think the full QB would be released if Naruto died as a child. I think. Not 100% sure, and I'm not even sure how they got a Minato's soul. Cause like he used the Reaper Death Seal, I think, didn't he? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Uh, but it was plot armor probably. Let's just say hold on, I'm thinking. Okay, the villagers want to kill him. Okay, and every year on his birthday, cause they get a big mob. Some tuning join in. No getting, cause they get beat by their Jonin masters. Some tuning, like let's say 20 tuning jump in on his 6th birthday, and let's just say at this point, Naruto's chakra chains are still blue, but instead of being 3 feet, they're 10 feet long. Uh, it was more years, and then Naruto has low Kage level chakra. Um, yes, this is normal Naruto, so you can see how much chakra he's gonna have. He can be a chakra god. He's not even getting his 6, by the way. So yeah, Naruto has learned in these 2 years another wind jutsu. Now he got scale palm. Now he got tornado jutsu. Still has talk no jutsu. It's Naruto. You can't get rid of that. Uh, so yeah, that's what happens. And Naruto unlocks his dojutsu, the Samurai Eye or Dollar Store Sharingan. And being a little terrified, he has. Hold on, I have to write this down. How many ceiling releases do we want? Just that much. Don't the samurai eye is only in one eye, like how this is. That's what it looks like. Uh, he has 3 times the perception, and he has 1.5 strength increase. So yeah, that's eventually gonna change, to 50 to 10. It's Naruto. He doesn't unlock his Kaioken yet. He'll do that later. Uh, since I said 10 tuning joined in, let's just say 5 of them had wind release, and they knew that's how he got the tornado jutsu. Yeah, he can freely move wind, so he's faster in this, and he has done training. Um, so yeah, he doesn't know any taijutsu styles yet, but Naruto's gonna be a flex god at one point for what taijutsu style I'm gonna use for him. Basically, it's the weakest I know, the Academy taijutsu. That's gonna be the only taijutsu he knows. Also, the Nabi, Gyuki, and Kyubi their host can use all 8 gates. So, yeah. Because the Nabi's the 7 tails, the Gyuki is 8 tails, and the Kyubi is 9 tails, of course. So, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And, of course, the 10 tails, or Jubi, I think it's called. Yeah, that works too. So, Naruto's eventually gonna learn the 8 gates. And since he has the samurai, everything slows down around him. So, yeah. He has 3 times the perception, so yeah. And he is faster. He's 50% faster. So yeah. He kinda outruns them for a while. The villagers at least. Until the Chunin started to use Chakra to increase their speed. Catch up with Naruto. Because Naruto, let's say he has wind, because he has wind cloak. Like, yeah. The wind will protect him. He's like God of Wind or something. Because since his grandfather, his mother, and his father, and the QB has a wind release, he's going to have perfect wind release. He will eventually get perfect light release, water release, and earth release. He's going to get perfect fire release right away because of the QB, because all the tailed beasts are able to use perfect releases of whatever they are. And he's eventually going to get yin and yang release. Probably when he's, 15, I don't know. I'm too lazy to. So Naruto, is running away, scared for his life. He gets shot by fire jutsu in the back. It was, fire dragon jutsu. Yeah, they really want to kill Naruto. And what happens is, since he has it's a small wind cloak, no one notices it. And he can only use one chain, so he shoots out his chain at it. The chain ends up breaking because, it ain't that strong. So then he gets hit by it, but the wind protects him and shoots out a tornado. It's not a big tornado. It's not going to be like Mach 20 tornado. Why not? 4 billion miles an hour. He might be able to do that at one point in time. He probably could do that with how much chakra he has. But not 1 billion. It's probably 1,000 miles an hour. But this was a Mach 2 tornado, which was I don't know. I think it's 100 miles an hour wind speed. So it gets shot straight up. It gets redirected straight up. Because, no, kitty, so cute. Yeah, it gets shot straight up. So I'm kind of tired, so this might not be good quality. I don't think the last one was good quality either, but I don't care. I'm making this, it's fun. I get to, jeez. So Naruto, ends up running away, because the Chunin were perplexed. Yes, I'm using big boy words. That he did that. So I'm gonna do this probably an hour, maybe 45 minutes at least. Yeah. Unless it's time to eat, then I'll stop. So yeah, so they're kind of perplexed by that, and they just kind of stay away, because they did notice his eye end up becoming, yeah. Wouldn't you be scared if you saw the QB have an eye like that? Yeah. I like this hair, it looks really good. So yeah, the amount of chains he can use is 1, okay? I was about to give you some secret information. So Naruto gets run away. He goes to his house. The Jonin noticed that they used, because Naruto has Nambu with him at all times. And the Jonin sees this. The Anbu. They're one of. I almost said Danzo. What's his name? Third Hokage's. Right. Most loyal, and they were loyal to the fourth Hokage too. Because let's just say all of Sarutobi's like personal Anbu know that Naruto knows Naruto's father and mother, and so do Minato's personal Anbu, which will be Sarutobi's personal Anbu too. So yeah, so Sarutobi's personal Anbu doubled in size because they don't have anyone else to go to, and so yeah, kind of beats the crap out of them. Because let's just say this was also one of Minato's personal Anbu. Like this was like if Minato didn't have, I don't know who he had for his right hand man. Um, like this would be his replacement. So he beats the crap out of them with only taijutsu, not gonna use jutsus. Uh, yeah. Then he takes him to the hospital, yeah, and he doesn't deal with villagers because I think he'd get in trouble for that. And then he goes to the third Hokage and says Naruto has a Dojutsu, and which kind of perplexes. Oh, by the way, Naruto's gonna have a sword in this. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have him have a sword. Like, he's gonna integrate his sword into the academy style. So yeah, because I want him to have a sword. Okay, it's gonna be funny. Like, let's say he has like 10 chakra chains, which he will eventually have. Does all of them have swords? Yeah, he's gonna be pretty scary. So Naruto runs away, he gets into his house and he stays there. And he just falls asleep. Since samurai drains chakra, but with the Dojutsu, no one else can use it unless you're Kaito of the Kaito clan. Even if you take out his eye, you can't use it. It won't work. So yeah, that's what happens with the samurai eye. It's more of like his chakra itself is molding his eye into that instead of his eye molding into that. So yeah, that's good. So he goes to sleep. He's really exhausted for like running at friggin' really fast tuning speed, maybe high tuning speed because let's say these were all high tunings. They get demoted to Genin. The tuning, by the way, because I'm not about to have someone use a damn jutsu on a damn child and not be demoted to damn Genin. So yeah, that's what happens, and Naruto goes to sleep. He meets the QB at this point. He still has his eye activated because let's just say he doesn't have enough chakra control to well, he has enough chakra control. Let's just say he doesn't have he doesn't notice it's activated. So yeah, now when he goes to the QB's like, ooh, a Kaito. That's interesting. Damn clippers. And Naruto's like, who are you? I'm not gonna do voices at all. I'm not gonna do Naruto's voice, no. So Naruto asks who he is. And the QB says, I am the QB, the Nine Tails. Seems you're also an Uzumaki. That's interesting. Because let's just say Naruto is in a defensive position, kind of guarding himself, and he has a chakra chain on the back. So yeah, and it's I think I said it was 10 foot long. Yeah, it's 10 foot long, and kind of in a scorpion position, ready to strike the QB down. It could not. I mean, it could probably restrain a finger of the QB. Um, so Kurama looks at his chakra and it's massive. He is surprised at how big he is. By the way, he is 6 too. Yeah, he is 6. So the QB is like, that's a lot of chakra you have there, child. Cause Naruto's full chakra is like very very high Kage, maybe low Otsutsuki, maybe. Yeah, his maximum chakra. No, his maximum chakra is the QB itself. That's how much chakra he has, as much as like five tails of the QB. So yeah, pretty strong chakra. Let's just say that that was five tails worth of chakra is holding him down enough, and then so yeah, and then Kurama tries to trick Naruto into releasing the seal, and he does not release the seal. He does try to though, but his father comes up and is kind of surprised, because let's just say not Minato had the drawing. I'm kidding. Um, so let's just say Minato never unlocked the Samurai Eye, of course, or the Kaioken. Yeah, yeah. Naruto can be pretty OP. But he was decent at healing though. Like he could heal minor wounds. So yeah, Naruto ain't gonna need that though. No, I'm not gonna about to make Sakura even more useless. I might buff Sakura. Let's say Sakura started training uh her healing at the age of, when does the academy start? At the age of 6, doesn't it? It starts at the age of 6. So let's just say her father was a high tuning and was decided to become a medical nin when he became a tuning. So yeah, he is decent at chakra control, and of course he teaches his wife a bit of chakra control to heal, minor wounds when he's not here. So, uh, what's her name? Sakura's mother can heal minor wounds, like a knife cut. Let's say you're cutting, you accidentally slit your finger. Yeah, I can heal that. Um, so of course, as soon as the academy starts, Sakura gets healing training by her father, which he starts with chakra control. Sakura can walk on trees and walls, because that was the first thing he did. Okay. Now Naruto, he can walk on waterfalls, with the Kage level stuff. I'm gonna create something specifically for his chakra control, uh, to increase it, because he's gonna have so much chakra, he's gonna need it. Not even that blessing there will work. So yeah, that's what happens, and yeah, that I feel so sorry for Naruto. By the way, with 100% of the chakra control blessing, it's like higher than Kage amount. Like he can do like friggin' air walking. Yes, that's gonna be one. You can walk on air, but it drains a lot of chakra. But Naruto can walk on air. Yeah, that's what 100% of the blessing does. You can walk on air really easily with a little amount of chakra. Usually it takes a lot of chakra, and you can't use too much, otherwise it's disturbed. And then you can't use too little, otherwise you can't walk on air. And you have to, and it's more of a technique where you have to have like Kage level chakra, pretty much, to use. So yeah, and Naruto, uh, can do that. So Sakura, okay, how she is. Oh, let's say she can heal uh, like a stab through the stomach, like kunai through the stomach, not like fully through like a big hole, but like kunai wounds and stuff like that. Unless it's like an instant kill, then she can't do that yet, of course. So since I explained Sakura, it's time to explain Sasuke. I'm gonna change the Uchiha clan a bit. They have half bloods, which is the lower branch. They have full bloods, which is the main branch. So it's kind of like the Hyugas, but except they're not like that mean. They're like, oh, you guys are so lucky and stuff. So they kind of like are jealous of them, but they do respect them because they're Uchiha, and they will respect their brethren, of course. So yeah, Sasuke is part of the pure blood. So yeah, uh, let's just say At the age of 6, he got really, really mad, and he unlocked his Sharingan. Itachi unlocked his Sharingan at the age of 5. Yeah, I'm changing that because Itachi's also going to be a pureblood. So Obito will be a pureblood too. So yeah, I'm changing quite a bit here. Now, of course, Madara being like the strongest Uchiha ever, pretty much besides Sasuke, is trying to think here. Sorry, is also a pureblood because why wouldn't he? So this is kind of like balancing Naruto out a bit, giving him hard challenges. Naruto, of course, will leave the village. I mean, not Naruto, Sasuke, of course. So, yeah, that's how the Uchiha clan changed. What's his name? Itachi mastered his Sharingan in a year, so at the age of 6, he has the 3 Tamolis. Do I want to change? No, I don't, I'm not going to do that. So, yeah. And I'm going to do something, though. There's a rare mutation among the Uchihas, happen in half-bloods or purebloods. When it happens in half-bloods, they get a blue Sharingan and Eternal Mangekyo. But the Eternal Mangekyo, they don't have to like take one of their brethren's eyes, of course. But Naruto gets, I'm not Naruto, jeez, Sasuke gets this. So he gets the blue Sharingan, but it's more for the beginning, it's really hard to tell unless you use the Sharingan. You can see a slight tinge of blue, and his father noticed this, because of course he's going to do this with his children. So he gets some extra training in order to increase his Sharingan level. Let's say it's like perfectly fine to do. It's nothing changes except you can go to 6 Tamolis, and the Eternal Mangekyo is very powerful. Also, with the Purebloods Eternal Mangekyo, you can use any Mangekyo ability, as long as you put the training to it. So, yeah. So, only with the Purebloods, though. With the Half-Bloods, let's say we got, someone has the Kamiyu, and, yeah. Let's say they got that Mangekyo, and then someone else, their brother has the Amaterasu, and Tsukiyomi, I think, was in the other eye. I can't remember. They would get the Amaterasu, Kalmi, and Tsukiyomi. They can't use any other ones. Okay. So yeah. So now on to Naruto. Naruto is talking to the QB, and he meets his father for trying to rip off the seal, and his mother. So his father is kind of like, whoa, you have a Dojutsu, and you're 6-year-old when you come here. What the hell happened? And let's just say Naruto said, I was just really exhausted, because, yeah, he would say that. He was really exhausted. And then his mother notices a chakra chain on his back, and is kind of happy, because Kushina could make, I don't know how many make, she can make 100 chakra chains. Okay, I'm changing that. She can make 100 of them. And they're all gold, of course. But if she really focused, she should make a single black chain. So yeah. And if she decided to make blue chains, there'd be like 10,000, and then red chakra chains, there'd be 1,000, and then it goes to 100, and then it goes to 1, yeah. Let's just say it was that, but with the black one, it's like, instead of like 10 times harder to make more, it's each and every one. So like blue to red, it takes like 10 times the effort to make one red, then one blue, and then it takes 10 times the effort to make one red. I mean, to make one gold instead of one blue, red. But with the black one, it takes like 1,000 times more effort to make a black one instead of a gold one. So yeah, Kushina was basically a prodigy for able to make one at the age of what, 30, I think she was. I don't know. I can't look at it right now. So yeah. How long has this been going on? 34. So yeah. Naruto, gets, kind of a bit of gets a hug from both of them, and Kushina gives him a tip on how to make chakra chains, which Naruto will use later. It's more of a how to um, level them up quickly, pretty much. Kurama is like raging, like, shut up. Why can't he release it? And then Naruto's father says, "Oh, he doesn't have the key. Jiraiya, his godfather, has the key." And Naruto's like, "Godfather, where is he?" And Minato gets a kind of a slight tick mark, like, "He hasn't visited you? Just wait, Toad. Just wait, Jiraiya. I'm gonna get you." And Kushina doesn't care, really. Asks about his godmother, which was Hinata's mom. Let's just say that. I don't know. Yeah, Kushina dies before she knows Hinata's mom dies. So yeah. Then Kushina asks, "What about your godmother?" I don't know. And then Kushina's kind of worried, but she'd probably think, "Oh, maybe uh the Kage won't allow it, the third Hokage, or maybe even fifth Hokage won't even allow it." So yeah, Naruto's happy to know his parents, and really happy. Like, yeah, this is really early. And then Minato asks, "When are you gonna start school?" And Naruto says, "In a month or two." And Minato's happy and gives him a bit of a lecture on, because, like, let's just say, like, a few hours have passed and kind of, like, trained him, kind of. So he's good with kunai and stuff like that. And the Kyuubi gets mad for being ignored. And then Minato asks the Kyuubi, "Why does my son have the Dojutsu of the Kaito clan?" And the Kyuubi says, "Oh, you didn't know? Your father was a Kaito. And it seems that your son is also a Senju, apparently. So it must be from you, Minato. So you're a Kaito and a Senju. Pretty rare. I'm surprised you didn't get the samurai yourself." Because, of what Minato did. Probably didn't, let's just say he blew over the fact of, like, testing his eye, since he didn't know what he was. He was just, Namikaze. And, so yeah. So the Kyuubi is kind of reluctant, but says, "This is quite interesting." Well, kind of reluctant to say anything, because, things, they're having such a good time, and kind of reminded him of Hagoromo and him together. So yeah, he's kind of a bit sad, and Naruto notices this and asks, "Why are you so sad?" And Kyuubi says, "None of your business, kid." And then Naruto's like, "Will you be my friend? Talk no jutsu. Activate." So let's just say, plot armor activates for the Talk no Jutsu and affects the Kyuubi. And the Kyuubi says, "Fine, I'll be your friend, but I'll only be your guardian, and not a true friend, just a guardian, to make sure you don't die on me. But I severely doubt you will, because you're samurai, you haven't run out of chakra yet. And usually, for the beginning, it's quite draining for people. But you have friggin' high, low Kage level chakra, dude. So yeah, and Minato and Kushina are surprised by this, and the Kyuubi says he has pretty much infinite chakra when you really think about it. He generates his chakra so fast that it doesn't matter. Even at this current moment, he is regenerating chakra from constantly eating his chakra, that thing that the Uzumakis can do. It's quite interesting. And so Minato's like, Indeed it is, QB. Indeed it is. So yeah, I hope this recorded my voice. I'll be so mad. So yeah, Naruto, and then the QB explains how Naruto is basically, already has high regeneration with just me in here. And explains even further that while he's constantly eating his chakra and generating it, he's increasing his chakra even more. And since the samurai eye is out, uh, it drains a lot of chakra too. So he's constantly healing chakra or regenerating chakra. And if you were to cut off his arm, I could heal that in like a couple years. But even if I didn't heal it, it would heal on its own from how much chakra he's eating out of himself. So yeah, he has quite a bit of chakra. And he's basically, you can cut off all of his limbs and they'd grow in matter of minutes for how much chakra he's eating. And if I hoped, it'd be probably, instead of probably 5 minutes to generate all his limbs, it'd take a minute to generate all of his limbs for its boost it gives of healing. So Minato and Kushina are really surprised by this, because Kushina rarely used this technique, because this hurt her. This was painful, and Naruto was always doing this. And they're kind of perplexed about how much pain he is in right now. And they ask, how much pain are you in? And Naruto says, not at all. Just a little exhausted. And you're probably wondering, how could Naruto be exhausted? He running fast. I could play that, but I don't want, but it's hard to find. So yeah, and Kushina then gives a lecture about sealing, a bit more of a bigger lecture on sealing, because, of course, Minato did that, but it wasn't, God level, teaching. Kushina was a decent teacher, so yeah. So, teaches a little bit more about sealing, and then, the QB says his chakra releases are perfect wind release, which is surprising actually, lightning release, water release, and earth release. So they kind of Kushina shows him the water prison jutsu. The hand signs for it at least. Naruto sees it with a samurai eye, and it was really slow for him. So water release, prison jutsu. And then Minato teaches him, electric murder, I think it is. Wait, no, not that. Because Naruto has he has good chakra control. And then Naruto, for a sealing technique, scroll sealing and explosive bomb. Actually, no. I'm gonna call it daily necessities, so stuff he needs. And he knows the seal for the Flying Thunder God. He knows that seal, but he can't use it. Neither of them know Earth Release. Naruto learns a bunch of wind jutsus. So yeah, and then with the lightning release, he also learns a water wall. Yeah, it's pretty useful. And then for lightning release, he learns electric murder. And for just regular jutsus, he learns the Rasengan. Well, he learns the stages, and then he learns the first 2 stages, and then with a clone, he can perform the Rasengan. So yeah. So yeah, with the clone, he learns that. Because Naruto has really good chakra control. But since he has so much, it kind of evens it out. And he has, like, Jonin level chakra control instead of, like, freaking God level chakra control. Naruto, of course, can go beyond 100%. Otherwise, it's not going to be too fair for Naruto now, is it? And also learns a technique for increasing chakra control. So yeah, this happens a lot, and like in the real world, like an hour has passed. So yeah, and let's just say his chakra chains, he has 2 now, and they're both blue, of course. Let's say those are always around him at all times when he's sleeping. Let's just say that's like his second nature or something, like his sixth sense, like protection. Hold on, I'll be back. Sorry about that. I had to go to the bathroom. So we're gonna continue. Since Naruto, second nature is to protect himself, his chakra chains are always out. And they don't really deplete too much chakra. Let's just say it depletes like a Genin's level chakra to create like full length chakra chains for him, which was 12 feet now. So he create 2, so yeah. It takes that much because like let's say he isn't really focused and he doesn't want to keep sustaining it, so he just creates like the physical form like really really high. And so yeah, and I'm also gonna do one more thing. The more chakra people have, the stronger their bloodlust, and of course they can have like bloodlust too. And so Naruto, if you're ever to release his chakra, some people will faint. At tuning level people, like high tuning and up, will be able to resist it. But high tuning would be on their knees, and low jonin be able to barely stand, and Kages will kind of like sweat a bit. So yeah, and Naruto's second nature also activates his samurai eye. So yeah, so training is further increased because he can train 3 times better with the jutsus. Because they show him a bunch of jutsus, and there you go. I'll give him perfect recall. Okay. For one reason and one reason only. It's basically the Sharingan now. The Samurai Eye. And since he's 1.5 times stronger, it's pretty good. And since he's having his, sorry about that, football's coming, and my, stepfather, who I really care about much, and if he were to get hurt, I'd shoot someone. So, his strength is, double increased, and his perception is 4 times through this entire training thing, okay? And since he worked on a bit of chakra control, his chakra is pretty good now. He can control chakra like a normal Jonin now, since during this time, let's just say his body was sped up during this, and so he was eating chakra faster. So yeah. Of course, no one noticed this besides the QB, and the QB is like, this kid's powerful. This kid's scary. So yeah, his samurai increased. The samurai does not change whatsoever. But I'm going to change one thing about it. It looks more prominent the more strong it gets, the powerful it gets. It gets more intimidating. It's just a feeling in the back of your neck. It activates your primal instincts, kind of. So, yeah, this ain't a special ability. This is how the samurai works. You're facing someone that is a samurai. So yeah, Naruto is gonna be pretty good. And since Kushina trained in the sword, she still has her. I think she had like a big sword, but I'm gonna change that. She had a single small sword. Uh, and of course, she also had a big sword, but she rarely used that. Uh, but she was more prominent in the small sword. So yeah, it's Naruto learns a bit of sword jutsus because Kushina used her big sword. No, she used chakra sword because Naruto will be able to mold his chakra into things. So yeah, basically gonna be the light fruit now. um, yeah, basically, and whatever. And since it's only one, it's gonna be black, and it's gonna be pretty powerful. Uh, Kushina does not teach Naruto this. Because she wanted to get to the training fast. So yeah, she trained him in a little bit in how to mold his chakra, but at most he could probably make a kunai at that point. Not right now though. Basically, Naruto. Oh god, this is gonna be overpowered. Naruto can just make a bunch of uh, flying thunder god kunais. Oh my god, Naruto will eventually be able to do that. That was not my intention though. So Naruto gets trained by Kushina in sword jutsu. Uh, Naruto does learn the academy style from Minato. That's all Minato teaches him because he wanted to focus on other things. Because even though he's getting for the academy, they don't want to make him too powerful. And Naruto, and they say, don't use any of your lightning jutsus, okay, or your earth jutsus, and always dampen your wind jutsu to where instead of there being sharp, they're always blunt. So yeah. So they're fine with the water jutsus. They told him not to use the water prison jutsu, just use water wall. And not Naruto. Minato teaches Naruto to have decent lightning control and decent lightning control to where he can control lightning pretty well. So he can use lightning jutsu. But Minato told him not to, and it's his father, so he's gonna listen too. And this is all 6-year-old Naruto, and about 12 hours has passed at this point, and now they're started to fade, and then Naruto gets kind of sad. The QB thinks of something and is like, "I'll do this since you guys look like you're having fun, and this will give me a stronger host too." Gives them a bit of his chakra, and he tells Naruto to shoot his chakra towards them. So tells him to stab him with his chakra chains. Naruto listens because they're fading, and Naruto's kind of cold blooded, and then they get to stay, and and so yeah, they get to stay. They get to have fun. Now Naruto can learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu. You know, he will learn this in every single one of my what ifs of Naruto. He will absolutely dominate. How many can he make? How many can an Otsutsuki? I'm kidding. He can make 1,000 without getting winded, but it takes a mental toll on him, like a pretty big mental toll if he makes 1,000. So, because of his perfect recall, it's even bigger of a mental toll on it because he looks at a tree with 1,000 clones. Yeah, that's gonna put him out of, because he would memorize each and every leaf on that tree. He knows exactly what every leaf looks like. He knows exactly how many leaves, how many cells in it, like basically that. But not how many cells. He's not that good though. And because of the samurai, it's slower, and he will always have this activated. And then he learns the henge jutsu, I think it's called. So he uses the henge to look like him, to cover up his samurai eye. As you know, the Kaito clan was quite feared, and Dan was like the last of his clan, let's just say that. The Kaito clan was quite feared, just like the Uzumaki clan, except instead of getting destroyed in the second war, they were destroyed in the first war. But few stayed alive. There are probably, in total, including Naruto, 10 Kaitos left. Yeah, and they're all female. Besides Naruto. Why do you must ask? This is gonna be a waifu. Yes. So Naruto, uh, yeah, it's gonna be like that, dude. You can't stop me. You cannot stop me. Anyways, Naruto learns the hand and transforms into himself. To hide his samurai, because everyone knows the Kaito clan and how pretty much feared they were because they had samurai, they had Kaioken, okay, this thing, and the most feared one was Dan. Yes, Dan was the most. I'm kidding. No, the leader of the Kaito clan was the most feared, because Tsunade, right? She was hailed as the best healer. She's hailed as the second best healer because of the original. Hold on. Of what's he text me? Okay. Basically, the healing, he was the best in healing, and with swords, he was really good, and with wind release, he was even better. He had all chakra natures too, so he was quite good. And his max Kaioken was 241. So he was 241 times stronger than he was. And he had 50 times the perception time and 10 times the strength increase. So Kaioken increases your physical abilities by the number. So the first Kaioken increases it by 2. The second increases it by 2. Basically, it's confusing, okay? It's confusing. So yeah. Yeah. So 241, that was 241 times 10, which would be 2,410. Yeah, you can see how powerful the Kaito clan was. That's why they were erased. How did he die? Threatening his family, of course. And of course, you'd probably think, oh, this wouldn't work. It works. Okay, and Kaito's commits suicide. He was forced to. Okay, it's quite sad. But technically, he was technically killed, so it isn't that. I wonder. Yeah, probably more. Yeah. So yeah, they're quite powerful, and with their wind release, they're really powerful if they mastered their healing sword and wind release. Now Naruto, being a Kaito, because let's say the Kaito clan, had was dormant in healing. So, back hurts. Dormant in healing, so he has automatic healing from the Kaito clan too. So yeah, but it's like only in dangerous situations, like how the QB kind of is with his chakra. So yeah, and Naruto asks the QB, does he like it, and like, is it possible I can make his cage bigger? And then the QB says, possibly, this is your Mindscape. So yeah, Naruto makes the cage 4 times as big, and Naruto asks, do you have a human form or like a smaller form? And then the QB, I don't know when my phone shut off, so Naruto asks the QB if he has a smaller form or a human form, and the QB says, I have a human form, but you guys would be surprised. Since the QB always had a deep voice, but it sounded a bit feminine, but it usually goes lowball under people. You see what I'm doing here? The QB is a female. Okay, a lot of people do this. I'm doing this because I'm bored. So the QB goes into its female form. Of course, it has a kimono. It has the 9 tails behind it. And if I were to say something about how cute she looks, I might. If I ever get monetized, I might get monetized for how cute she looks. I'm demonetized for how cute she looks. But she can be so cute, they're gonna monetize an unmonetizable channel. Basically, that's how cute she is. Like, damn, son, where'd you find this? This is like, you know. And I'm gonna be really mad if this doesn't work and it's not recording correctly. Ooh, I'm gonna be so mad. I wish I could like hear the recording. I should have tested it first. So now what happens is I should experiment with this later. What happens now is that uh their jaws kind of drop, and Minato, being the kind of pervert he kind of is, because he really read all of the series of Ichi Ichi Paradise, is kind of like, hey there, how you doing? Minato, oh, not Minato, Kushina notices and smacks him across the cage, across to the other side of the room. And then, uh, what's his name? Naruto, notices this and is like, Mom kind of scary, but she's mom. Hopefully she won't do that to me. Kushina, he kind of said that out loud, and Kushina's like, as long as you be nice, I won't. And then kind of releases her a bit, just a tiny bit, enough to like send chills down his spine. So yeah, of bloodlust. So Naruto creates grass on the ground, the QB, kind of creates a sun on top, and kind of has the ceiling kind of blue, like sky blue and stuff. And so the QB really likes this, and QB starts to lay down, and Naruto's like, "What the fuck are you doing? I wanted you to become smaller so I can make you a house." And then it's like a beautiful house. It's a big, big house, like mansion house for the QB. Two bedrooms, okay, okay. A bathroom and a training grounds, which was inside the building and outside the building. Because the outside one's for jutsus, and the inside one is for practicing like defenses and stuff like that, and sealing jutsus and stuff like that. So yeah, this happens, and Naruto sees if he can go through the cage, and he does, and he's like, "Yes, house," and he goes straight, and uh, his mother notices this and is like, you get your bug back here, or I'll hit you. And he goes straight to her. And Naruto's like, but there's two bedrooms. You want me to make another one for you and Dad? And Yushina's like, what? Two? You're gonna sleep there? No, hell no. Hell no. No. No, no. You make another bed in our bedroom right now. That's for you. And Minato gets a kind of a sad look, and Kushina notices and like, what you looking at? It's our son. What? What, you sad? What you sad about? And Minato's like, nothing. And Kushina says, that's right, that's right. So yeah, that kind of happens, and they kind of train for another 12 hours, and 6 hours have passed in the real world. And Naruto, I'm changing something because I think in this world he has to sleep, but no, he doesn't. It rests his body. It's only his mental uh, abilities that are uh, his mental abilities uh, that are affected, not his body and stuff like that. So they train for another 12 hours, and so 6 hours have passed in the real world in total. Uh, so yeah, Naruto sleeps. So 24 hours is 6 hours. So Naruto sleeps for 8 hours, and the 2 hours pass, right? Because 6 and every 4 hours is an hour. Yeah. So every 4 hours in that dimension, his mindscape is an hour. So he sleeps for 8 hours, and then everything's good. Oh. So yeah, so Naruto's ready for the next day. Stuff. Um, Nothing bad happens too much because it's like the next day he still gets the glares and stuff. The glares are even worse, and some people would try to kick him. But Naruto, uh, always took the kick. Previously, previously on Dragon Ball Z, um, but since he has a Samurai Eye always activated, and with his Henge activated at all times, he dodges it. Cause yeah, cause yeah, uh, for those 12 hours with his eye being activated, his perception time increased to 5. Uh, he still has daily necessities for sealing release. He didn't learn any earth release. But with water released, he learned water rain. Basically what it is, wait, no, that's controlling the weather. No, he doesn't learn that, because that's like, you need a perfect water released. He doesn't learn any new jutsus. Besides, yeah, that's pretty much it for those 12 hours. They were more focused on his kenjutsu abilities and his chakra control, which his blessing of chakra control increased to 150. So yeah, so he has really good chakra control. So yeah, that's what happens. And Naruto, instead of just having the Rasengan clone, which is what I called it, now can learn the Rasengan alone. So yeah. Naruto's pretty overpowered at the current moment. I think I did a little too much. So I'm gonna do this until the graduation. No, to the bell test, where he finishes the bell test. Right? Yeah, to the finish of the bell test. So a few months have passed by this. Naruto learned, what about lightning release? He learns another he gets perfect lightning release. Because let's say they focused on that. Because lightning release is pretty good, so now he can use. Because I'm way too lazy to think of jutsu. Perfect lightning release. Because, like, you're using clones too. So it's pretty good. Because you can create thousands of clones. Like, mastering lightning released is pretty good, all jutsus. And his samurai eye increases to 10 for the perception. And 5 for the strength. Wait, no. 3 for the strength, because, yeah. Let's say strength is a little bit harder to do. He learns a new earth jutsu, because he went to the library, into the shinobi section. He learns an earth jutsu, earth dome. / wall. So yeah. And then for water release, he learns. Remember, they're just focusing on his chakra control pretty much, which is 150% still. For water release, he learns water wave. Hold on, I'm gonna put water wall / wave. So, the prison jutsu, he created a new jutsu for the prison jutsu. Wind one. Which is basically the water prison jutsu, except there's wind in the middle and you can breathe, and it's more for capturing instead of, truly more for capturing and stuff. And he can move it too, so yeah. His chakra chains increased to red. and he can create 20 chakra chains that are red chakra chains that are 15 feet long. And he didn't learn any. No, he has learned the Flying Thunder God. Let's just say this took a while. He has mastered it, and he has he can mold chakra chains. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's what happened in that month. He perfected lightning release. He combined it water prison jutsu with wind, and created a wind version and a combined version. And he learned water wave. He got his chakra chains to red, and he can create I think 10. I said, and they're each 15 feet long. And he can mold his chakra. At the current moment, because it in reality, he probably spent like a year training. So yeah. What else was I gonna do? He can use 2 tails of Kurama's chakra. Okay, and they haven't released the seal yet, but it's quite weakened now. All they need is the thing now. Nothing really important happened in those 3 months except his training, which is pretty good. And his mother and father connected to his chakra, and Kurama's chakra too. And Kurama kind of uses for his own gain. Now, because he's connected to something that has infinite chakra, he's slowly siphoning it, and so he's increasing his own amount of chakra. So at the current moment, the amount of chakra the QB has is twice the amount. Because siphoning a little bit wouldn't work that well. He can just siphon friggin' all of his chakra while he's sleeping. So yeah, it's quite a bit of chakra. And this increases his chakra even more. At the current moment, he has like, instead of 5 tails, he has like a regular full QB tails for maximum chakra. So yeah, but but uh but 9 tail, I'm not 9, 8 tails are holding down, so he has a single tail's worth of chakra at all times, no matter what. And you can add 2 more tails, which is like 4 tails instead. So yeah, that's why he only learned 2 tails. So you can see how powerful Naruto is becoming. I don't know if you heard me too well. I was speaking quite loud in my opinion. So yeah, I'll look at for 113. So Naruto, I think I said 3 months, because he had 3 months until the academy. So yeah, for those 3 months, yeah, he started the academy. Naruto is not allowed to use any of his chakra natures besides his daily necessities and his samurai eye at all times, and his chakra chains, but only blue chakra chains. So, and he's never allowed to use his 9-tailed chakra. So yeah, during this time, Naruto learned wood release. Yes, he learned wood release in that time. He didn't learn any jutsus. It's more of like, you can only create like small flowers and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. So if someone ever tried to enter his mind, they'd get trapped by the flowers, because all the flowers in that place is made by him. 1 second. That I was hungry. on water. So I'm gonna get continuing because I forgot what I was saying. So Naruto is in the academy now. He's not allowed to use any of his jutsus besides his henge and shadow clones and chakra chains and only blue. So yeah, Naruto, basically the academy. He learns the academy fighting style. Naruto turns off his samurai eye for this because time is 10 times slower. And he can control it, but, you know, with his perception, he can just memorize everything. So yeah, he turns it off. Iruka notices the slight change in Naruto because he realizes, let's just say Iruka was a bit of a sensory type. He could sense chakra. He always noticed Naruto had a lot of chakra in one eye, and he was like, oh, maybe, like, he's trying to train chakra control, or maybe he's having trouble seeing out that eye, who knows. So, yeah, Naruto, he notices it, and he's like, that's interesting. So yeah, Naruto can switch eyes with it, instead of just having it in one eye, you know, yeah. But only one eye can have it. But it does affect both eyes. If he wants it to. So yeah. Give himself a handicap. So Naruto, is kind of just watching. He learns the fighting style with it. The academy fighting style. The only taijutsu he'll ever use. Taijutsu style he'll ever use. Unless fighting his parents. For training, of course. So yeah. That's the only taijutsu he learns. And so it's pretty bad. It's quite fun too. And so basically all that happens is basically that's all he really interested about, this the fighting style. So yeah, Naruto is now class has ended, of course. He activates his eye and he just leaves, and really silently. No one notices, including Mizuki, but Iruka noticed, and he noticed how stealthy he was being. He was like, interesting. Because, like, yeah, he was quite interested. Hold on. I was eating my peanut butter sandwich, and now we have no peanut butter anymore, because there wasn't that much left. I'll be back. I gotta get tissue. So, Naruto goes home and talks to the QB, but his mother and father are sleeping. So he talks to the QB and tries to have a nice conversation with them, or it, or her, sorry. So, he has conversation, their friendship goes up a bit more. And Naruto asks the QB if he can sense Jiraiya, and the QB says no, not too well. I can sense everyone in the village, but I don't sense anyone with high amounts of chakra like Asani would. So Naruto's like, oh, okay. Can you sense further, though? And, Kurama's like, not too much, you'd have to increase your sensory abilities. Sorry, I had to fix something. You have to increase your sensory abilities. So, Naruto kind of asked the QB if he got any tips, and QB's like, oh, but you have to do it outside, because it doesn't work in here too much. And so, Naruto's like, okay, and kind of forms a mental link with the QB, because the QB taught him how to do that. And they're gonna have a conversation on how to go, so I'm not gonna say the conversation, because I don't know how it goes. So, now Naruto is working on sensory abilities. Kiwi says spread your chakra thinly. I'm just gonna say that's how it works. Um, and then after a few hours, he extended his reach to the entire village instead of his entire home. So the Kiwi can now extend even further. And still, like, nope. Can't sense anyone with high amounts of chakra like a Sonic. And then Naruto stretches it even further to, like, the next village, the closest village. That was close, I think, yeah. Not Naruto, the QB notices, oh, there's quite one pretty powerful, wanna go towards it? And then Naruto's like, sure, why not? And so he packs up to get ready for leaving the village, and all it has is, a few scrolls, like a single scroll, because scrollception is happening with that. um, he has a scroll that can hold, 4 items, and then he has, other scrolls that, hold, like, clothes and stuff like that for him, toothbrush and stuff. So he prepares on a journey. Now Naruto knows a bit about hunting because he created chakra animals with, Kushina, I'm sorry, created some chakra animals with it. So yeah, he kind of hunted them and kind of learned all the weakness and stuff like that. So he gets him ready to leave the village. He goes to, the third Hokage and says, hey, can I talk to you in private with no one in here? And then he tells all the Anbu to leave, and Naruto's like, I meant all of the Anbu, and he points behind the door. Behind the bookshelf, cause... And then Sarutobi's like, gets in a defensive position and calls his Anbu, and all his Anbu, come over and take out anyone one of Danzo's root spies. So, yeah, that operation's off. So yeah, Naruto then says, okay, I'll talk to you in private now. Now, Naruto says this, I know who my mother and father are. Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki. And the Hokage's like, gassed and like, what? Nah, that's not your parents. And Naruto's like, don't bully me, okay? Or I'll go Kushina on you. Because let's just say Kushina has a specific fighting style that, is a threatening style. So, yeah. And Saruto was like, try me. And he goes into the fighting stance and, like, believes him, okay. And then asks him, can I go on a trip outside the village? And the whole guy's like, no, but I want to see if I can meet my godfather, Jiraiya. Because, I stretched my, sensory abilities towards the closest village here. And the Kiwi, which is helping me, and the Hokage was like, what? What'd you say? The Kiwi's helping you? I was like, oh yeah, we're decent friends, I'd say. I think we're pretty good. We're tight. And also, he's a she. And the Hokage was like, okay, never mind. Let's continue. What do you mean he's a she? Yeah, the Kyuubi's a female. And Naruto kind of explains everything that happens, and for 3-ish months, he's been talking to his mother and father and got really close to them. And, yeah, and he kind of tells them all of his abilities, Yeah. Perfect wind release, perfect lightning release, decent water release, chakra chains, which are red, and you can mold them into different shapes, earth release, a ceiling, and he's a Kaito, and yeah. So yeah, sadly Naruto has not learned the Kaioken yet. Okay, so this village is the village where Tsunade is at, because let's just say Jiraiya went on a mission to a different, village, like a Hidden Leaf village. So he went to the Sand Village to kind of negotiate with their, Jinchuriki and stuff like that. Like, ask if their Jinchuriki needs any help with anything and stuff like that. Because, I'm gonna change something. I'll tell you later. Uh, so yeah, that's what happens, and
Naruto goes on that trip, and it's gonna take a bit. It takes him like an hour to get there. And while Sarutobi's just like blasting, he gets all of his personal and tells him Naruto knows who his mother and father are now, so guess you don't kind of have to hide it too much, but hide it from the Leaf Villagers. And when Naruto comes back, tell him not to tell anyone, because I forgot to tell him that, because I was so damn flabbergasted. And then, so yeah, that's what happens, and Naruto goes to the village where Tsunade is at. And he kind of searches. Now, Tsunade is his grandmother, so the QB, uh, let's just say, notices where she's at, or he. They think that's Jiraiya. So they go towards the chakra signature, and you see it's a lady, and it's like, oh, is she not a Sanin or something? And Naruto has his samurai out at all times, and kind of has like a bit of his chakra chain out at all times. Right now, he can, with a bit more training, he can create 11 chakra chains. So yeah, he always has 9 out. Because why not? He has 9 chakra chains always out. And so, yeah. But they're red chakra chains, so yeah. He always has 9 out, but they're kind of like small and nobody really notices them. So when he's in battle, he can just instantly grow them faster. So he goes to the lady and is like, hey, are you a Sanin? And she says, yes, I am Tsunade. And it's like, oh, that's cool. And since Kurama and Naruto knows Kurama's name, says, that's your grandmother, boy. Because they kind of share all their senses now, and Naruto's like, what? And Tsunade kind of sees the flabbergasted face on him and is like, yeah, Sonny. No, you're my grandmother. That's what he says. And Tsunade's like, what do you mean? And is kind of like confused and stuff. And he says, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki. And mother, son of Minato, and son of Kushina. And she's kind of flabbergasted, like, what? And Naruto says, the QB said you're my grandmother. And so, yeah, they kind of question and stuff, and they're kind of confused. And Naruto forms a mental link, and they're kind of in the area. Minato notices the change in atmosphere with another person around, and, well, 2 more people, because they brought Shizune in. And yeah, it was kinda weird, and Minato and Kushina were like, who's this? And I was just like, this is Tsunade. And they're like, oh, that's neat. And the QB said it's my grandmother. And Minato and Kushina was like, what? It's what? What? And then the QB comes out and says, yeah, you're Minato's mother. So, yeah, that kind of happens, and they kind of hit it off, kind of have things. And Naruto creates 2 shadow clones in the real world, and Minato and Kushina pop up. But they more have a hood over their head, because, red hair and yellow hair, and they look like the 4th Hokage and the Red Death, yeah, that'd get people scared. So yeah, that happens, and they kind of all hit it off and stuff. And nothing really happens. They tell, and Tsunade asks, so who's Minato's father? And Naruto says, well, I am a Kaito, so I'm not 100% sure. And then Tsunade is like, oh, so you're Dan Kaito. Okay. And kind of, yeah, does that and stuff. And kind of asks Tsunade, do you know where Jiraiya is? And Tsunade's like, nope. I know he's on a mission to a different village, though. So, yeah. Naruto's like, do you know which one? And then
Tsunade says, one of our allies. I'm not 100% sure though. And I don't know what the geography of it looks like, but let's just say Naruto's like, ooh, neat. And he spreads his senses really far, because when he really concentrates, he could have sent Tsunade here himself in his house. So yeah, so when he does that, and the QB notices a big chakra signature. This is Jiraiya, not what's his name? Pedophile, the snake, oh yeah, Orochimaru. I was joking, I knew his name from the beginning. Well, not from the beginning, but yeah, you know what I mean. So, yeah, they kind of go on a mission, and, well, not on a mission, they go, and Naruto's like, ooh, okay, in the Sand Village, that's neat. And then they're kind of, all of them are flabbergasted, including Minato and Kushina, and I was like, how did you know that? Well, I can sense if I really tried and focused, I could have sensed Tsunade from my house in the village in the leaf, but I could only go to the next town without trying too much. And Minato's like, what? But did you sense her on out? And he's like, no, the Kyuubi did. And they're like, okay. And then he asks, so can you sense Jiraiya from here? And he's like, no, the Kyuubi can. And Minato's like, okay, and he also sensed another chakra signature, and it seemed snake light, she said. And then, Tsunade and, what was her name? Tsunade's assistant, I forgot her name, is like, she? Who's she? The QB. Didn't you already see? Because let's just say the QB was in its fox form. Okay, during this, because it was kind of like playing with the animals and stuff. So, yeah, that's what happened, okay? Don't ask how. Okay, plot. Sorry, it's moving a lot. Sorry about that. So, yeah, and then Naruto asks if you want to go to the village, and Tsunade is like, fine, I'll go, since I have family there. And then they kind of go and stuff. And then they kind of have a big conversation, but Naruto dispels Minato and Kushina, or his clones, and then asks them to hop on his back. And then asks Tsunade and Chuzuni, I think her name is, or something close to that, hop on his back. And they're like, what? I'm probably faster than you. And Naruto's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Definitely not. So he activates his wind cloak, activates his chakra chains, and kind of ticks him up and activates his two-tail form, and then runs to the village as fast as he can. Which means, with the 3 times strength increase, the the wind cloak, and him using his chakra and the two tails, he's running pretty damn fast. So it takes him 1 minute to get there. Yes, 1 minute. So, to the Hokage's office, and he just kind of appears in front of everyone with his 2 tails out and his chakra cloak, 2 tails out and his wind cloak on and chakra chains out. And everyone gets ready for an attack, but Naruto just deforms down and kind of puts Tsunade and Chizune on the ground. And was like, "Ooh, I haven't run that fast ever. It took me a minute to get here." And then they're like kind of flabbergasted, because it's pretty far away. And Naruto asks, "Is Jiraiya in the sand?" And what's his name? Sarutobi, or the third Hokage, says, "Yeah, he kinda is in the sand. How'd you know?" The Kyuubi told me. And then he kind of explains everything that happens, and everyone is flabbergasted, pretty much. And then Shizune and Tsunade's kind of out cold, so Naruto uses his chakra to make a bed, 2 beds for them, and they're pretty damn comfy, like, Casper, right? Times 2. like Naruto has got really good at with chakra chains, so he can make the flying thunder god kunais now. So yeah, and since it's his chakra itself, he doesn't need to put his blood on it because I think that was a step. So yeah, so yeah, it's pretty good. He can also teleport to his father's because it's his father and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what happens. And next day, and nothing too much happens. Naruto gets a bigger house. Like pretty much like his house is pristine. Like it looks good. His apartment, but he owns another apartment because no. Naruto has learned since he learned the flying thunder god. It got pretty good with the space in the village, but he didn't tell anyone. It could get really good, like it could get beautiful. With the flying thunder god technique, he interpreted it to kind of make his apartment bigger, like 4 times bigger. Yeah, so yeah. So they're kind of in. So he has 2 rooms, just in case, guess. Tsunade and Tsunade sleep in the same room while Naruto sleeps in his room. And the beds are made out of chakra, but they're like red and blue chakra and they look beautiful. So yeah. And pretty soon they're gonna be gold. Cause the red is the frame and everything. Red is supposed to be sturdy and stuff like that, while blue is kind of more soft. So he kind of softens the blue and stuff. So yeah, it looks really neat. And they're like Casper level beds. And with cooking, he uses red, and he just infuses fire chakra in order to cook. Oh wait, no, he doesn't have fire chakra yet. Sorry. He just does that. He just makes stuff, and he uses an oven and stuff and a refrigerator. Well, not really a refrigerator, cause like he can make decently cold water. And so, not ice. He doesn't have ice release. He can make decently cold water. So, and he can make electricity. So yeah, he has no electricity bill at all, and he doesn't have a water bill either. So he could probably buy a new house. And he doesn't buy storage scrolls and kunai and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. And he has swords on a wall, and so yeah, his house looks pretty damn neat. I will. I'm gonna get into more detail of his house right now. So basically, you walk in. Um, it's massive. It's pretty big. It's 4 times the size of his apartment in the original. He has a good looking kitchen. Like it's storage cabinets and stuff, but storage cabinets are scrolls and stuff, and it looks kind of neat and stuff. And his refrigerator is always powered by taking a chakra mold and making a battery, right? Because he puts a lot of chakra into that small area. It's basically, the Rasengan helped with this quite a bit. And it's a lot of chakra in that small area, and it's all lightning chakra. So, yeah. It's like, basically, it's just like Jonin level chakra in that small area. Like, the size of the Rasengan, pretty much, but in like battery form, kind of like uh know what a 12-volt battery looks like? Yeah, double that size, and that's how big it is. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Looks like a 12-volt battery, but it's twice the size, and it's like Jonin level chakra in that small area. And Naruto has gotten a lightning release Rasengan. You can't make any other Rasengans though. Well, you can make a wind Rasengan because it's perfect wind release. So yeah, wind and lightning release Rasengan. He can't make any other ones though. So hold on, I'll look at that later. So yeah, it's a good apartment. It is beautiful. So, and he has the bathroom. It's red and has blue top on, and uses a technique where storage scroll. It's basically the flying thunder god, pretty much, and it teleports it somewhere in the forest of death because he went there. Why not? And then yeah, it's pretty good. It's fertilizing the ground, and no one has ever seen the forest of death so flourish. And the trees are they grow like twice as fast and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks beautiful and stuff. And so yeah, and his the everything that he doesn't need to buy is out of chakra. Uh, his refrigerator is a refrigerator because he can't make a refrigerator out of chakra yet. But it's good. It's real good. And Naruto always has a water tank. Basically, it's a thing made out of the red chakra, and the wallpaper is red and blue, and it's quite beautiful. That's what Naruto's room. It's red and blue wallpaper, and it's like perfect mixture and stuff like that. Like it's just the main color is blue, and it got like red flames here and there, and it looks cool. Well, at least what I'm imagining, it looks cool. The kitchen is just blue. I'm kidding. No, he got paint for the other rooms and stuff like that. Since he liked the design out of chakra, yeah, he liked that. Naruto's room is like a damn fortress, pretty much. Because Naruto can make the red chakra chains look blue, and mold it to look blue and stuff like that. And it's strong. Like, only Jonin can get into his room. That's how strong it is. Only Jonin can get into his room. And then, of course, with his sealing techniques, from his mother, which he just let his mother and father do it. He doesn't know any security seals yet. It took him a while to learn the Flying Thunder God, that's why. And to basically put it into his lifestyle and stuff. So, yeah, his house looks fire. Okay, now, next day. Uh, Naruto wakes up and kind of goes out. He sleeps with a shirt and only a shirt and underwear on, so because it's comfy as hell. So Naruto goes and makes breakfast. He kind of forgets about the other people because he just woke up, and he always has his defenses up, so he's kind of like lowballing in his house, but he always has his samurai eye on, which he's a god level cook with it on because he's like, oh, perfect time. And so yeah, his house looks neat. It's pretty good. So yeah, he has a training dummy for for chakra, and it's with wind release chakra, so it's harder to hit. But he has a with his wall. Whenever he trains, the wall behind it is completely red, so he doesn't damage his wall and stuff like that. So every time, he does his training, he gets his kunai out that he just made. He uses blue kunai, which is a softer type, because first off, he started with red because it'd be easier. But using the blue kind, they're kind of dull-ish. You kind of makes them dull. So, and he's just training, trying to get him to stick. And Tsunade wakes up. Tsunade and Shinzui, I think it is, have different beds, of course. Wakes up, gets dressed, goes out, and sees Naruto's practicing with the blue kunai, and is training dummy. I was like, do you need any help, kid? Naruto's like, no, I'm practicing with a dull kunai and a wind release doll, it's kind of hard to hit. And Tsunade's like, can I give it a try? Sure.
And then Tsunade, being like having years of experience and with her god level chakra, throws it and it sticks on first try. And now it's like, it takes me so long to use it. Did you use your chakra? And Tsunade's like, yeah. Oh, I don't use mine. And Tsunade's like, why not? Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, I'm trying to increase my physical body. I can easily do it with my chakra because I have infinite amount of chakra. So I was like, what? You have infinite amount of chakra? And it explains everything again. So, yeah. Basically, that's his daily routine. He gets up and tries to stick it on the kunai, and he makes the clone stronger and strong. I'm not clone. Dummy stronger and stronger, while kunai making it duller and duller. So yeah, that was his training for real world time, and in the dream realm, he practices real time training. So he makes a clone fight with chakra armor, and it's pretty strong too. It's pretty flexible in the right areas, and they're not allowed to take advantage of the flexible areas. So they kind of fight, and he just gets like 1,000 shadow clones to fight each other, and they're all in the same style, but different ones. Well, he creates 100. I'm not 100. 1,000 shadow clones. 500 are the academy style, and the other 500 are different styles, and they go against each other. Academy against the other style. Never a style against another style. And he creates a few more shadow clones, like 20 shadow clones, and has them each fight each other in the academy style for academy training and stuff like that. Even the interceptor fist, he has learned that because why not? Uh, he saw his father saw Uchiha fight, and like even the Hyuga style, and Naruto has gone to the Hyuga compound before to watch him fight and stuff like that. Cause and he has watched the Uchiha fight because I think when Sasuke's 7, the Uchiha die. Okay, let's just do that. The main branch, only the main branch though, because like they're too scary to be kept alive, and Danzo doesn't want the lower branch, you know. Sasuke and what's his name, Itachi, kind of happened to that, and then Itachi leaves another pureblood female Uchiha alive for Sasuke, of course, and so yeah, that's what happens, and yeah, that doesn't, yeah. So, Naruto goes to the academy after. Same thing happens, nothing important. They do a bit of sparring though. Naruto spars against. Let's just say they're doing sparring against not each other but against teachers, and let's just say he spars against Mizuki, who's a Jonin in this story. So yeah, Mizuki's a Jonin, and Mizuki kind of goes hard on him, and Naruto notices and is like, fine, I'll go a little bit hard on you. And then only uses the academy style, while Mizuki's using different styles, like, friggin', like, Jonin styles, Anbu styles, and stuff like that. But the Anbu styles aren't really that good. They aren't mastered, because he's only seen the Anbu do it, and was like, okay, why not just try? And so Naruto ends up winning, because, you know, Naruto. And then everyone is surprised, because, like, including Mizuki and Iruka. And they're kind of surprised how strong Naruto is, because Mizuki was using all of his strength against Naruto. So, yeah, you can see how powerful Naruto is. And he's only 6 still. So a year passes. Naruto, don't get the eraser and pencil out. He focuses on the strength instead of just doing
the perception, but the perception increases by 1 and strength increases by it was 3, right? It's 5 now. So with ceilings, he learned security seals mid-level. You can only make 1 gold chakra chain. He perfects give me a second. He perfects water because it's been a year, dude, and it's been perfects water release. So now it's all jutsus. I could hold on, give me a second. I just moved the water up so I have more room. So, he has learned, Earth, Boulder, which is basically just like a boulder of Earth. You got fire release now. Perfect fire release. Okay, you got the perfect fire release because it's from the QB. I misspelled release, but I'm too lazy to change it. So now he has big ball of fire, fire dragon, fire stream, even bigger ball of fire, small ball of fire, phoenix flower jutsu. Basically, yeah, all of that. Since it's from the QB, it's perfect. Jiraiya hasn't come back because the sand is kind of keeping him a bit because like, oh, it's the Sonic, why not just keep him a bit longer? Naruto, but Naruto ends up he doesn't perfect wood release. Okay, he got a decent control over it. He can make a chakra tree. He can make a tree, and anything smaller than a tree. Because I'm gonna rank this how I ranked it with the chakra chains: blue, gold, blue, red, gold, and black. Eventually, he will get black, but that's not for a while. So yeah, Naruto 7. The not Uzumaki. Sorry. And his chakra control has increased to 200% for Blessing of Chakra control. So yeah, he doesn't need to increase his chakra control any much longer, but he still wants to max it out. With the same thing here, like I did with the Deku. What if they know the percentage, and Naruto's like, oh, quite neat. I can go higher than 100%. So yeah, basically, years passed. They're gonna take every year the academy takes a kind of a test, and to see if they're ready to move up a year, and if not, they don't. So Naruto. Oh, by the way, I forgot about Genjutsu. Naruto is immune to all Genjutsu. Himself, no, he's immune to mid-level Genjutsu and lower. High-level Genjutsu and God-level Genjutsu can affect him unless he uses the QB. Okay, so yeah, he's got that one. So Naruto, has mid-level security seal. Oh, and with his daily necessities, he can make high-level scrolls. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, so for this one, they were supposed to learn the henge in the year for their test. Naruto, being a little bit of devious and checking to see if his mom was asleep, does the same one he did in the original. His father wasn't asleep and he watched this and he was laughing so hard. Kushina heard and smacks him like, "What you laughing at?" And then then Kushina sees and is like, "I'm gonna beat that boy when he gets back. I'm gonna beat that boy." And then Naruto gets in trouble. It's like, "You mother trucker." Naruto's like, and they're like, "Redo it again." And Naruto transforms into the fourth Hokage. And everyone is kind of surprised by that. It's like, Minato's like, "Why would he do that?" And then, yeah. Sorry if I was talking quite a bit low, sorry. I'm very weird. Oh, and one more thing. Naruto has learned the Kaioken.
Kaio, I'm gonna put that right. Oh, I can't do that. Hold on. Kaioken. He's learning the Kaioken. And he only has level 2 Kaioken. So yeah, he doubles in strength. And the Kaioken would damage a normal person the higher you go, but Naruto has the QB first off, and he can go into 8th gate with the QB. If he didn't have the QB, he has a Chakra Eater, and it heals. Sorry, Naruto has the QB, and that heals him. He can go to the 8th gate with the QB, and his Kaioken times 2. And then with Chakra Eater, it's healing him, even without the QB. His Chakra Eater will just continuously heal him at all times. So yeah, quite good. So Naruto, even if he didn't have the QB and had Chakra Eater and had the setup I have right now, would be really powerful. He can use he can go to the 8th gate even without the QB. So yeah. So he's pretty strong. So Naruto learns this technique and stuff. So yeah, everyone's surprised about Naruto turning into the 4th Hokage. It's like quite neat, and he says for extra credit points you can turn into something else. And what would you turn? He turns into Kushina, and then everybody is like, okay. And then like you can continuously get extra credit points for different things. And Iruka's like, no, you have to turn into different species. Naruto turns into the QB, female version though, in the human form, and everyone's like, damn. No, wait, why does it have tails behind it? Naruto's like, none of your damn business. And Iruka's like, can you turn to other animals? Turns into the QB, small but version is like, hello there. And it's fucking cute. It's like, I'm gonna die. It's so cute. Oh, I want to cuddle. Basically, that's how cute baby QB looks like. It's so fluffy, I want to die. Yeah. So yeah. And then all the girls were like, that's so cute. Can we pet him? And I was like, no, don't pet me. And then Iruka and, of course, there are Anbu in the classroom because of Naruto and stuff, and Sasuke, of course. And then they're like, Iruka, Mizuki, and the Anbu are like, the hell? And are super confused because that looks like the QB. And then Uga said he got any more animals, turns into a fish, turns into a toad. Basically, turns into all the animals. And then he turns into a dragon, of course. Like, why not? And he turns into the raccoon, that tailed beast, the raccoon. I'm kidding. Well, and then he starts to, and the got any more? Then he starts turning into the different tailed beasts in their miniature form. So the raccoon, the cat, and three tails, two tails. I'm not three tails. Two tails. He turns into the one tails, two tails, three tails, four tails, five tails, six tails, seven tails, eight tails, and then the nine tails again. And then they're like, "That's all the tailed beast." And then they're asking, "Got anyone else?" Turns into Madara, because why not? And they're like, "Okay, got anyone else?" Turns into the third Hokage, and so turns into the different Hokages, of course, because why not? Naruto turns into every single Kage that has ever existed. And then it's like, I said other species, and Naruto's like, "Oh, I got another species for you." Turns into my ego, and my ego gets pissed, because my ego is always watching. Yes, he is the god of watching. Naruto gets smited. Nothing special. Everyone's like, and everyone knows the smiting, because that was pure smiting. So that was a god. A god. He made a god mad. And then Naruto hears something in his head, and I'm kidding. I'm not gonna give him a blessing from my ego, because that'd make Naruto legit immortal, legit unlimited chakra, all the tailed beasts. Yeah. By the way, I'm making a new. Basically, there's gonna be up to 20 tailed beasts now. So yeah. And also, he turns into the 10 tails, because why not? So yeah. So yeah. Yeah, and everyone is surprised about what happened. So they kind of like, "Naruto, did you get a new blessing? Did you get a blessing from that?" I was like, "No, I still got my other blessing." And they're like, "What, you already have a blessing?" "Yeah, blessing of chakra control." "What's the They asked what the percentage is at. And he says 200. And they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You have, like, at the current moment, you know how much chakra Naruto has? Mid-level Otsutsuki chakra at max power. And Kurama has twice the amount of chakra as the Ten Tails. So, no, yeah. So he only has low Otsutsuki chakra instead of mid. Cause yeah, that's quite a lot. So yeah, Naruto has a lot of chakra. Naruto himself is producing so much chakra that it is healing the earth and is making it more prominent. And so, the other gods are really happy about that, and have smited a couple villagers before for hurting Naruto. So yeah, that's what happens. And okay, it's time to continue, because it's 2 hours long. Jeez, I need to get up with this. Hold on, I'm gonna take a break. My back hurts. Even though it's been like a few minutes, because I was stretching a bit. Back hurt. So now, everyone's surprised about Naruto turning into so many creatures and so many things. Naruto doesn't turn into anything else. Do we want him to turn into anything else? No, I don't. So they're all surprised and stuff like that. They're like, neat. So, yeah. Oh no, Naruto turns into a cloud and is like, "I'm a fluffy bed." And then a bunch of people laugh, like Chikamaru snickers a little bit. And Joji's like, "It's cotton candy." And other people laugh a bit. Even Mizuki and Iruka kind of
snicker a bit, and then Naruto turns back. Cause like someone turning into a cloud and saying I'm a comfy bed, and you're kind of laughing a bit, and another kid saying it's cotton candy. I'm pretty sure a Jonin would laugh. None of the Ambu laugh, of course, because like their training is like harsh as hell. So during this entire moment, of course, Naruto had his eye activated. It's always activated unless I say it's not. Okay. So yeah. Next day, Naruto. Wait, no. Naruto gets home. Naruto gets beat. Naruto gets a slap on his back by his grandmother because, you know, he kind of heard what happened, and yeah, and then he goes into his Mindscape, gets jumped, and by his mother, of course. And then Minato and Kushina asks, "How did he turn into other tailed beasts?" Points at Kurama, and nothing happens to Kurama because like it's Kurama. Like what? If the kid has a question, you answer it. I really wanted to make Kushina jump her because it'd be funny, but so basically, they go back to training. Faces against Kushina. Kushina goes a little bit harder than usual. So yeah, Naruto can create one chakra chain of gold. Okay, only one. And it's instead of having the 9 chakra red chakra chains out. Yeah, no, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only count 7 chakra chains. Why can't there be 9? But alright. Well, this person, Starbright, I think, created this. This is on Amino apps, just to let you know. Sorry about that. That was Kevin, you know. So basically let's continue. Another month pass. Naruto has reached Gouken times 3. No, times 5. Because, like, he can't get injured and, you know, he can just always pump chakra into it. And he can, and for wood release, don't worry, he doesn't get a perfect earth release. I completely forgot about earth, fire, with, lightning, water, and earth bullets. Oh my god. Naruto can now create 5. Hold on, let me think for a second. How many trees? How many? Let's just say you can create a big tree. And anything lower. Because that's how I'm gonna measure it, of course. Like, I'm not gonna write down all the damn jutsus. He can make a small golem, though. Golem. So, yeah. That's what happens. He really focused on wood release this time, and always having his eye out, increased the perception by 12. Increases it to 12. And yeah, he can create one more chakra chain. And that's it. And of course, he can use Earth Bullet. Because why not? Okay. So, Naruto has a decent control over Earth release. So, yeah. With Sealing, it is, no, it's still mid-level. And he didn't really focus on Sealing of that month. But he is now onto a golden dummy. Golden dummy for with wind chakra, so it's even harder to stick into. And then a dull kunai, like even if you threw it at as hard as the male can throw, average male in
not in the real world, how far they can throw, like as fast as they can throw, it wouldn't even stick into a cloth. No, that wouldn't work. Wouldn't even it would barely stick into cloth foam. So yeah, it's going pretty well. So, and if you add the wind chakra, and it being like gold, like as hard as steel. No, not as hard as steel. What's a hard element? Diamonds. Let's just do diamonds. Okay, as hard as diamond. Like, dude, pretty soon I'm gonna start to have to making up metals. Actually, no. As hard as chakra metal. How about that? As hard as chakra metal. Okay. And let's say he infused it with a bit of earth release to make it tougher. Yes. Perfect. So yeah, that's what happened. And Naruto can make chakra metal out of the gold. Okay. Because each one has the same properties, but adds a different thing and can make it, and other things get strengthened, of course. Black ones, though, God, right? That's how hard they are. They're like really hard. Like smiting can't even break it. Like a full smite from an average god can't even break the black thing. And you can go even tougher too, because like there's no limit. It's just really tough. Like, dude. And then he can restrain karma right now because he can make 100. No, not 100. I mean, he can make 20 red chakra chains. So yeah, he can restrain karma. Pretty sure. So now he got 2 chakra chains, and those are always out. They're just little though, but at the current moment, he's having them quite long. As far as they can go, let's say 10 feet. Because it's like the feet just goes down quite a bit. Because it's like need more chakra and stuff. And they're always activated. And since he doesn't have like just 2, and they're like 5 feet long, and it's like he's not always supplying chakra to it, they're solid. No, he's always supplying chakra to it because he's doing this as a chakra training. Because chakra amount. Because Kurama told him to do this. You know why. So Naruto's pretty powerful. I'm balancing Naruto with using Kurama, becoming absolutely godlike. So yeah, when he's sleeping though, he uses his red chakra chains because like they're pretty powerful, and only Kage level shinobi can escape them. Pretty much, and he can make 20 of them. So yeah, quite powerful, and they can go like 30 feet away from his body, of course. And then using his blue chakra chains, like you can make 200 of them, and yeah, it's pretty powerful. And with the gold, only high level Kage people can escape him. Can't escape the gold ones, and with black, no one can escape him, not even death. So yeah, what Kurama did. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna explain what Kurama did to keep Minato and Kushina still there. She kind of stole them from the Shinigami. You know. Now the Shinigami at the current moment won't mess with her because first off, she's a tailed beast, and second off, she's pretty damn powerful. Like, dude, she's pretty damn powerful. Now, when Naruto turns... Okay, when Naruto turns 13, you'll meet, Jiraiya, okay? I'm just gonna have that out for you. Okay, another year passed. This time, instead of the henge, they're doing, They're not doing Taijutsu. They're doing kunai practicing. And then Naruto's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty decent at this. And then kind of excited, and everyone's kind of like, because everyone knows how strong Naruto is. Everyone has had sparring matches with Naruto, even if they use their jutsu, which some of them can, like Sasuke. He's a pureblood, so he can use. By the way, Sasuke has as much chakra as Kakashi. No, he has twice the amount of chakra as Kakashi. So yeah, at the current moment. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Purebloods have like a crap ton of chakra. Let's say they're just chakra monsters. They're basically on Uzumaki's, but they're a little bit lower because Uzumaki's at tuning can have Kage level amount of chakra. It's like, bruh. I'm not Naruto. Sasuke does know some ceilings. He knows the daily necessities of ceilings, so he can make explosive tags and storage scrolls. So yeah, and with Sakura, they're all gonna be on the same team. By the way, Naruto is in the CRA. Well, he will be once he reveals everything about him. So yeah, which is when he becomes tuning, which will be next episode. I might make next episode not like friggin' 3 hours long. Jeez. Alright, I'm gonna speed this up a bit quick. So, it's kunai training and stuff like that. And then Naruto's like, yay! And Naruto knows they're wooden is like, oh, can we get like something harder like chakra metal infused with earth and wind chakra, please? And they're like, what? What'd you say? It's like, can we do that, please? What I just said, please. And they're like, no, you can't do that. What do you mean that's my daily training? And they're like, no, it's not. And Naruto creates a dummy with wind and earth. And then takes out a blue kunai from out of nowhere. It just appears. It just slowly just rises out of his hand. And it was like, this is pretty dull, even if you threw this as hard as you could. And you get in here, sorry. And you throw it at a wall. It wouldn't stick. So, sticks right in the center. So yeah, it's pretty good. Naruto's gotten pretty good. By the way, he uses a bit of chakra for this one. Naruto and the center, they're like, oh, this thing doesn't have a center, and it's like, okay, and takes out the kunai, and then throws it in the exact same spot. Takes out the kunai, throws it in the exact same spot. So yeah, he does this for a minute. After a while, he's like, okay, I'm bored of picking them out. And he just starts throwing kunai as hard as he could, using his chakra at the other kunai. And it was like, and they're breaking, shattering, and it makes a hole through the thing. And it's like, I'd say I'm pretty damn good. And everyone's like, Ruka's like, now it's time to use shuriken. Okay. And he repairs the thing, and he gets a shuriken out of nowhere that just appears, rises slowly. Rising slowly. And he just does the same exact thing. So, yeah. Naruto passes with flying colors. He's at the top of his class. Okay? He's at the top of his class. So, yeah. Nothing real important happens. He gets a small talking to, like, you shouldn't have done that, jeez, by his mother and father. And even Tsunade and the Kyuubi. So, yeah. So, 5 months have passed. Naruto's out shopping.
Danzo comes out. Because Danzo heard about it and everything. It's like, and says, I want you to join the Ambu. And I was like, fuck no, you go, yeah, just cusses him out like God. And Kushina's like, yeah, damn right, damn straight. and then Danzo snaps his fingers and like 200 Ambu come out. This is his strongest force. Okay? And he's like, you better come with me. And I was like, I don't think I will. Activate his samurai's on, and he activates. Oh, by the way, I forgot to increase how many tails he can use. He can use 3 tails. And since he's like, QB is 20 times stronger than normal, that's like over 60 tails. Jeez. So yeah, not actually 60 tails. That'd be scary, cause like the 10 tails is like a tenth of the 11th tails, and the 11 tails is a tenth of the 12 tails, and that keeps going on and on and on until you get to infinity tails. It has infinite power. Hey kitty, how you doing? Okay. Careful. Don't kill me with your claws. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Naruto, activates. Since it's been 5 months, he can use 3 chakra chains, gold. So he activates the 3 gold chakra chains. It was like some decent training, and then out of nowhere, it goes kind of dark, and they all look up and they see a bunch of red kunais. You know what those kunais are, right? Flying Thunder God. And they're like, oh, this is going to be pretty easy, and they all dodge. Naruto has mastered it, so it's 3 meters away from each kunai. But he doesn't do that. He puts a ton of kunais everywhere. It's like there are 200 kunais in the air. And they're all coming down, and they all just block him. And was like, what's that supposed to do? And he's like, look at your kunais. And they're like, and as soon as he says that, they all shatter, the kunais. And they're like, those are some pretty strong kunais. Yeah, I created them with my chakra. And they're like, what do you mean? Well, Danzo's like, what do you mean with your chakra? And Naruto's like, I'm a Uzumaki, right? I have chakra chains and I can mold my chakra into different things. You want to know what those are? Those are the Flying Thunder God kunais. And Danzo's like, you're lying. He wipes all of them out in an instant. Now, Danzo has got the Mangekyo Sharingan's implanted in his arm. He has the Isanagi. But what's the point? It's like, geez, dude. I'm also buffing the Ambu, so they're like twice as strong as they would be in the normal. And Danzo is a Kage. No, it's a Kage level fighter. All of the Sanin are twice as strong than they originally were. Sarutobi was twice as strong as he originally was. So yeah. So were all of the Kages too. Naruto can beat about half of them. So yeah, you can see how powerful Naruto is. I had to buff him this month. I have to buff everyone this month, and he still has different things. He doesn't start instantly with maxed out samurai, maxed out Kaoken, which is 1,000. Maxed out blessing of chakra control, which is 2,000. Perfect wood release. Damn cat, get away! Like, dude, I could have made him so much more powerful. The cat. Why are you sleeping right next to me? I'm making video. Go sleep where you originally were. It's comfier. Okay, so yeah, no, I could make Naruto so much more powerful. By the way, when I said Blessing of Chakra Control, it's not 2,000, it's 10,000. Just to let you know, because Naruto's gonna need a crap ton. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say something about the Kaito clan. They have a dormant thing with their healing. Their specialties are healing, sword, and wind release. So with their healing, yeah, they're quite powerful. They're scary. Like, with the healing alone, it only activates in life and death situations. So it's technically a Kenki Genkai, except it's like their specialty and stuff. So yeah, it starts to heal them pretty quickly. Like, let's just say Naruto was on the verge of death. Like he got a cat kunai stabbed through his heart. He didn't have the and he didn't have the Chakra Eater or the Nine Tails or anything that could heal him, or anyone that's healing him. And he was a Kaito. And that ability kicked in, yeah, it would burn him back to full. Not the current Naruto. Oh hell no! It would burn him back to a 1%, which is still ridiculous. And since Naruto is always eating his chakra at a godly amount, if Naruto stopped eating his chakra, no, if anyone else felt the pain Naruto's constantly feeling from eating his chakra, anyone in the entire existence of Naruto universe, they'd pass out from pain. That's how painful it is for Naruto to be eating his own chakra. No. I'm gonna do something else. You know how, what's her name? The other Uzumaki? Another waifu. She's gonna be able to, whenever you bite her, it heals your wounds. If you bite Naruto, it'll heal your wounds and all of your chakra. And you explode from the amount of I'm kidding. Yeah, if you had like 1% of your chakra and you're a Kage level fighter, you had Kage level amount of chakra, and you had your heart pulled out of you and all your limbs taken off, and you bit Naruto, you'd heal all your chakra, all your limbs, and your damn heart, and the hole in your chest. Because of how potent Naruto's chakra is. So yeah. And Naruto, right now, he can sense the entirety of the Fire Nation in Naruto universe, and a bit into the Sand Nation and Lightning Nation. I think that's in here. So yeah, Naruto has great sensing abilities, and with Kurama activated, and with Kurama and him focusing as hard as he could, you can sense the entire world. Of course, I'm gonna add on the opposite side of the planet. You know what's gonna be there? Another world. No one knows about this world. No one at all. This is the world of the gods and the demons and everything in between. Basically, it's a wasteland pretty much. So yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah. So okay, so it's been 5 months. Yeah, Danzo's defeated. He ain't killed though. But Danzo gets defeated pretty easily. None of the shinobi are killed, they're all knocked out. Excluding Danzo, and Naruto's like, bring back harder opponents for a better training session, please. And Danzo's like, what the hell happened? So he picks everybody. No, he doesn't. He waits for everyone to wake up, and yeah. And then they all walk back, and Danzo's like, I'm gonna increase your training by tenfold, including every single one of the Anbu. And they're like, yes, sir. Almost said master. So, yeah, that happened. Oh, by the way, the Genjutsu amount is high level Genjutsu. So only God level Genjutsu can affect him. Without using the QB, of course. So, what are God level Genjutsu? Genjutsu, that require a Kage amount of chakra and higher. And you got the level, and you got different stages. That's only stage 1. It goes to stage 10. Stage 10, the Otsutsuki leader. Yeah. You need half of his chakra in order to activate that single one. So yeah. So yeah, Naruto, he doesn't know any Genjutsu yet. So yeah. Okay, now we're gonna get to Sakura. She's a low tuning level person. Sasuke, he's a low joning level person. And fighting in every single one of the things. Sakura's chakra, though, is
low Jonin. Sasuke's, though, is mid-level Kage now. Chakra. So, yeah. This is a pretty strong team. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Oh, by the way, Zabuza is 10 times stronger. So is Haku. So yeah, Haku's a female. You can't change my mind. No one can. So yeah, what's gonna happen? So it's been 5 months. Another 6 months in order for the thing. Well, the next trial comes, and it's Naruto is now what 8? Because he was 6 a year. 7, 8. Yeah, he's 8 years old. You got 4 years left. Now, what's gonna happen? A lot of things are gonna happen. I mean, what's this gonna be? This ain't gonna be the clone jutsu. This is gonna be learning jutsus, cause they're gonna learn chakra natures in the academy. Cause I'd be stupid if they don't. So everyone learns their chakra natures. Naruto's like, I already know my chakra natures, and they're like, what are they? And Naruto says, when release lightning release, water release, fire release, and earth release. And they're like, how many was that again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have all 5 chakra natures, sir? Prove it. He does earth wall. He does great fireball jutsu, water wall. He does. He learned electricity cloak, so he does that, and he does wind cloak too. And they're like, Gani Kenkigen, guys? And he was like, I mean, yeah, I got 2. Well, I got 3. But one's I don't want to. No, I have to count as Kenkigen, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 Kenkigenkas. Well, I have 6 if you count me being Uzumaki, and basically, no, 7, because we're basically the Uzumaki's Kenkigenkai is Chakra, and Sealing. And so, yeah. And they're like, can you name the other ones? Oh, I got Chakra Chains, I got Chakra Eater, I got Kaoken, and they're like, what's Kaoken? No, Kaoken isn't something that's not too known about the Namikaze, not Namikaze, the Kaito clan, because it's like, Kaoken, dude, it's Kaoken, like, it's like, oh, basically, and now she's like, oh, it just buffs my abilities by quite a bit. I don't know the highest level, and they're like, you still have 2 more left, and now it's like, oh, yeah, one's wood release, and I'm not going to tell you about the other one, and they're like, wood release, you must be lying, creates big tree, it's like, this tree can shoot out needles, once you get close to it, it's great training for reaction speed, I'm not kidding, I'll put it on the lowest level, which should be getting level. Well, it's like, well, it's not true until I'm able to make a circle of big trees, and then, yeah, well, it just sinks down and makes a circle of smaller trees, like 6 feet tall trees, yeah, not too big, and it's like, okay, now this is the getting level trees, who wants to go in, and then, now it's just like, by the way, you have to be a bit of a sensory type. So, why not one of the Ambu come in and test it? And everyone's like, what do you mean, Ambu? What do you mean you can't sense them right there? And he points towards the Ambu, and he's like, come out now, or I'll make you come out. The Ambu comes out, because, like, it was loyal to the 4th Hokage. It was one of his most loyal soldiers, pretty much, or ninjas. And he's like, fine, what do you want? And is like, okay, I'm going to make this go away. This is not going to be the Genin type because you're an Ambu. I'm going to make it Jonin type. They go down and they are 20-foot tall trees. Let's say that's Jonin level. And the ground is wood too. And Naruto makes a platform out of stairs and is like, jump up to the middle, and Nambu's like, sure. And he's just sitting there, and Naruto's gonna explain. This is the Jonin level test. Needles shoot up from above, below, side, all the sides, in a 360-degree angle. Can you do this? And he's like, I can't do it from the bottom though. And he's like, fine, I'll disable the bottom. And the bottom goes away, and then Naruto makes the platform go down, and yeah, and then he's like, start. And then a bunch of needles get flying over. He's like, oh, these drain your chakra. And Jonin's like, oh, Christ. And I was like, and he completes it. And he's like, okay, that's good enough, because, 30 seconds have passed. And the Anbu's kind of breathing a bit, and is like, geez, dude, why'd you even recommend the bottom? Because I can do that. And everyone's like, show us. And I was like, okay. Trees go down. They're now 30-foot trees. And they're in a bigger circle, too. Naruto jumps in the middle. And he does it for 30 minutes before he's told, get out. And he was like, fine. He's not even breathing that heavy. And I was like, this is like, I don't know, Kage maybe? Oh, and by the way, they're all different speeds, too. The Jonin ones were pretty well relatively similar speeds. And with this one, some are really slow, but they still reach you, just barely. And their chakra drains Genin's amount of Chunin's amount of chakra. And some of them move at the speed of sound. Yeah, they go from going like barely able to reaching you to go through you. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happens. So yeah, everyone's surprised, and this go from friggin' yeah, it did. It was that, Jesus. So it went from the henge to, oh no, it was jutsus. Yeah, it was jutsus. And yeah, Naruto passes with flying colors. He's at the top of his class. So yeah, and then Mizuki and Ruka asked, "What's your other one?" And he's like, "Oh, it's not really of a release. It's more of like a dojutsu." So yeah, and he's like, "What's it called?" I'm not telling you. It's dollar store. I call it this though. What's their currency? Rio. Hold on, I'm gonna make it dollars, cause like, say they have a dollar store, and this makes more sense. And it's like, it's a dollar store Sharingan, but it's like a dollar store Sharingan. It's like basically increases the perception time and strength, stuff like that. So yeah, and it's like, what about the Kaioken? Can you use that? And it's like, oh yeah, and kind of a reddish aura goes around him. And he's like, this is times 1. This doesn't do anything. This is only able to make you practice to go to times 2. He's like, how high you can go? 5. What does that do? 5 times my strength. And they're like, okay, oh, got anything that increases your strength? My Dojutsu. How much does it increase it by? 5. How much does the percentage? 12. And basically, they asked, you got anything else? Yeah, my wind release and lightning release increase my speed and power. And my chakra chains can increase my defense. What do you mean by defense? Oh, I can make things out of chakra. So yeah, that's what happens. Naruto, passes with flying colors, of course. He's at the top of his class. He's a god. Sasuke goes, well, basically, I didn't say anything for the henge, because, like, everyone knows that everyone passed the henge. And with the throwing shuriken, it's normal. It's, like, the same. And with this one, Sasuke has lightning and fire and wind release. So what he does is he has electric murderer and fireball jutsu. he does both of them at the same time, so it creates electrical fire. So it stuns the opponent and makes them burn, and it also gives them electrical burns too, because he uses quite a bit of chakra into this. And then Naruto's like, "Ooh, wind release. How good is it? Can you create things without using your hands?" And then he's like, "No, but I can do that with fire style, because he can do that with his fire style. He has perfected fire style." And he's like, "Neat." And he's like, "Okay, now do fire and wind together, since they mix really well." And he does fireball jutsu, and he does instead of a upwards tornado, he does a forwards tornado, and it doubles the fireball speed. Let's say it was going like mid tuning level speeds, and then with the added fireball, it goes low joning level speeds. So yeah, it's pretty good. And he's like, and Naruto's like, you can make it go low joning level speeds. So yeah, Naruto's a god. Basically with the jutsus, he didn't use for fire, water, lightning, and wind. He didn't use any hand signs, but only earth release was a hand sign, and the teachers kind of passed him. It was like, all five natures, God. And so yeah. 5 months have passed. Oh wait, no, I forgot to do Sakura. Sakura has water release and earth release. With the water release, she can heal better, and with the earth release, she can protect people. It's pretty decent. She has mastered water release, but with earth release, she can create an earth dome, and only what's it called? Mid-level tuning can break it with just strength alone. Using chakra, using lightning chakra, again, no, I'm kidding. Low tuning can break. No. A low joning can break it with just using brute force, and a mid tuning can break it with lightning release. Okay. So, and of course, she has perfected water release. With water release, she has done jutsus. Like, yeah, I can't remember any of the jutsus. So, so yeah. Now we're gonna go. Do we want another year? Naruto will be 9. Another year. Does anything happen when he's 9? Naruto, 5 months have passed. Naruto. By the way, Naruto has saved Hinata, of course. Okay. Naruto is too oblivious, and this is making Kushina really mad, to Hinata's feelings. I've got to say that. But Minato calms her down and is like, "Dude, chill. He's been focused on training quite a bit, and he really hasn't even gotten anything from anyone else, only from, the third Hokage, me, you, and Kurama. So, yeah, of course he wouldn't notice." And Kushina's like, fine. But 5 months have passed. The lightning village hidden the lightning. I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the Kumo, I think it is. Tries to kidnap Hinata. Hinata, being a bit of a prodigy and showing it a little bit, beat one Jonin. But couldn't beat the other 3 Jonin, because they sent 4, because it was a Hyuga and they wanted to be careful. So Naruto happens to be walking by. Naruto notices this. Naruto kill all the Jonin, in like 5 seconds. Naruto is legit a Kage level fighter. He's mid Kage level fighter. with his taijutsu alone, not using any of his other abilities, he's a Kage level fighter. And the only taijutsu he uses is the Academy's taijutsu. So how is it? It's been close to 3. Jesus, jeez. So Naruto saves Hinata. Hinata kind of passes out from being saved by her crush. So Naruto's like, okay, takes her to his house, and because he thinks she might have got poisoned, and Naruto can't really use healing jutsus too much, and takes her to Tsunade. And what Tsunade has been doing is just going to the hospital, training the medical ninjas a bit, and training the genin that come by and ask for a bit of training. And there are some with pretty good, like some of them are like Tsunade level in the original. Tsunade is twice as good, so yeah. So yeah, that's happened. And Tsunade is twice as good at 2. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So sorry, I'm running out of memory. I'm a computer. No, I'm not. I'm not a computer. My voice is kind of losing it for a bit. So I'm gonna. So takes him to Hinata. I'm not Hinata. What's her name? Tsunade. And Tsunade isn't home, so Naruto kind of like takes like 10 minutes for her to go home, to come back home, and Naruto goes finds her and brings her after making her Hinata comfy, and kind of worried, so he kind of just finds her, and she's like, okay, I gotta cut off the training a little bit. I'll come back in a little bit after I'm done. And then Bryn's I don't know what time this passed. Okay, finds Tsunade, brings her to his house, and asks what's wrong with Hinata, and Tsunade is like, nothing's wrong with her. She just likes you. And now it's just like, you joking? Or not? And then, you know what happens? The QB takes control of his hands for a little bit, makes him perform the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and transfers Kushina's consciousness. And Kushina comes out in all her glory, and Sakura punches him towards the wall. And it's like, you ignored her feelings, mother trucker. You're gonna pay. And I was like, I didn't. Oh, mother trucker, that hurt. Sorry. I was like, I didn't know. Oh, that hurt. Because of a damn fly. Naruto's like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's what happens. By the way, since it's been 5 months, Naruto has learned Kaioken 7. And has got high level ceiling security. And the daily necessities are high level. Because, like, yeah. No, they're God tier. He's got them to God tier. So, like, his storage scrolls, like, a scroll that would usually take a person. Well, he's a seal master if you only look at his daily necessities, pretty much. So Naruto, really hasn't been learning anything new. Just security seals. So they're defensive and attack seals. So yeah, Naruto, with his daily necessities, with a single explosive attack, can absolutely demolish a big building, a mansion, pretty much. So, yeah. Also, Naruto has asked the Hokage to see if Minato and Kushina can increase the seal level in the Hokage faces, because that's where the refugee camps are. No, they're not. No, they're not in the Hokage's faces. By the security places and tactical locations and stuff like that. So, yeah, he allowed it, and
basically that's what happened. Like, security got bumped up way much, like a lot, because of what happened with the QB. They tried their best, but they lost 2 seal masters pretty much, and yeah, and they're about to get another one. But basically, Naruto's and his storage scroll usually would take like a average seal person like 3 scrolls. Not three, so 3 items, like 20 items, and like yeah. So
It's pretty good. And they can be any size, of course. And so yeah, his storage has gotten even better. So the big cabinets he got, like he can hold thousands of items in them, and like some of them he has frozen. Yeah, he has frozen time scrolls. To when he's like he's not gonna need these are gonna be rations and stuff, like getting ready for stuff and stuff. So yeah. Uh, and also he has a scroll to store his batteries in, just in case his Jonin level got out. So yeah, so he doesn't have to like be like, ugh, this is gonna take a bit. Cause in his fridge, he doesn't have any security scrolls. He has like, oh, he has a security scroll in his fridge. Don't ask why. It's a attack slash defensive. It's a bit defensive because it like locks the scroll, locks the fridge only to people who he allows to unlock it. But if you try to forcibly open it, you get attacked by a dragon. Nothing special. Like a dragon that can knock out a Kage. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't mess with Naruto, because Naruto made this one. Because in order for you to learn high level security seals, you have to learn the defensive seals and attack seals, and you have to combine them into one. So yeah, so it's just a low level defensive seal on it, and it's a high level attack seal, and it has like Kage amount of chakra put into it. So yeah, that's why I can take out a Kage level fighter. The reason why it's a high one, because it takes a while to draw and stuff. So yeah. Oh, by the way, Naruto can create chakra paper. From his, of course he can, because why not? He just needs to mix the gold and the blue together, and then it's basically chakra metal, but it's as like bad as paper. But with chakra metal, it's a bit harder to see, and with the chakra paper, it's easier. So yeah, that's what happens. And so yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Naruto gets flown through the wall, and Kushina goes on a bit of a lecture to him, and Naruto's like, fine, okay, we want to take her back to the Hyuga compound, and then then Kushina's like, yeah, do that. And he takes him back to the Hyuga compound and is like, she took out a Jonin by herself, and I had to step in to take out the other 3. So, yeah, be a little nice to her. If you don't, I'll burn you all. Anyways, and he goes back to his house. Nothing too bad happens for the next 7 months. So another test happens. He's now 9. This test is gonna be the clone jutsu, like just a regular clone jutsu, like not like pure shadow clones. And Naruto's like, oh, I'll try. I've never tried to make one. I can only make shadow clones. And Iruko says, understandable. You have a lot of chakra. So Naruto is able to make one. It's decent, but its face is kind of wrong, and its skin color is a bit weird-ish. But it's pretty close. And Naruto's like, for my first try, and having, like, like, the god level amount of chakra is pretty good. I have more chakra than all the Kages combined, which he does. All the Kages that existed in their prime combined, of course. You can't make Naruto too underpowered. You can't make him too weak. You know, You can't make Naruto too weak. So yeah, because of his blessing, it's pretty good. It's pretty good when it can go to 10,000. He it's basically like he can control chakra to such a degree where you can legit have infinite chakra and have like infinite. It's basically infinite chakra control. That's what the blessing does. So of course, Naruto passes not with flying colors, but technically with flying colors because of how much chakra he has, and yeah, so nothing bad happens for the next year. I forgot to do things. So another year passes. The Kaioken, instead of being 7, it would be 10. Now it's 15. His strength went from 5 to 7 to 10. His perception went from 12 to 16 to 20. He has perfected Earth release. Okay, give me a second. He can make 9 chakra chains, so he always has 9 3-foot long chakra chains out of his back. His chakra amount is oh, I haven't got to the Kyuubi's chakra amount. You know God, right? Times 2. I'm kidding. Basically, it has as much chakra as the 11 tails, which is 100 times stronger than the full power 9 tails. So yeah, Germa's getting pretty powerful. So yeah. So his chakra control blessing has increased to 250. And wood release, he can create medium golem. And he can create bigger tree. It's bigger than big, because it's bigger. His ceiling release, he got, yeah, God level, nothing changed with his ceiling release in that 2 years. He's still working to get God level security seals, you know. So his chakra chains, 9, gold ones, quite nice. He can't create a black one yet. He won't be able to create a black one for a while. So he's 9 now. And that's pretty much it. That has changed. So yeah. Oh, by the way, he has got wind, lightning, water, fire, and earth Rasengan. The earth I'm gonna explain what each and every one of them do. The wind one disables your chakra. The water one, the lightning one paralyzes you or goes invisible. The fire one sets you on fire or explodes on you. The earth one just traps you in an earth dome. And you know it's even more deadly? Combining wind and earth, you know what that does? Creates an earth dome around. Then the wind comes out and bounces off the earth and keeps attacking you for quite a while. So yeah, it's quite powerful. So the next one is chakra control. So they're able to walk on trees now. Okay, that's what they got to do. So each and every one of them is told how to walk on trees and stuff. And Naruto gets it first try. So yeah. So Sakura gets it first try, and and Shikamaru gets it first try, of course. By the way, one thing with Shikamaru, he can create the shadows without hand signs. Okay, and Choji, he's a lot better. He's a lot stronger. Ugh. Now, Lee, we're going to talk about Lee here for a second. Lee can use Chakra, but only in the 8 gates. So at all times, he's in the first gate. Just to let you know. So, yeah. Unless he's training against dummies and stuff like that. Naruto's weight, I'm not Naruto's, Lee's weights are, I think they're 200 pounds, I can't remember. Let's just say they were like 500 pounds in the anime. They're 2,000 pounds without using his, thing. So, yeah, pretty powerful. So, yeah. Now, let's continue. Nothing too bad happens in this year. By the way, they stopped, trying to hunt down Naruto because of the stories about Naruto, you know, perfecting wind, lightning, and water and fire release. So, yeah, Danzo wants him even more. But Danzo isn't done training his soldiers. Or people. You can create a medium golem, which is like, a small golem was 4 feet tall. A medium golem is 8 feet tall. And a big golem is 20 feet tall, but just to let you know. So, yeah. So, you can create a 8-foot tall golem at most. And of course, and it's pretty strong. It's medium joning. The small one was medium tuning. So the big one, what's that gonna be? Low Kage. You know, cause medium Kage. Yeah, that'd be really powerful. So nothing really happens in this month except year, except now his Kaioken is 20. His strength boost, I already got it to 10, so I can't increase it anymore. And his perception has gone to 25, so it's halfway there. So Naruto's pretty good. And remember, he can always control the perception trying. He can make it double or whatever, and his strength increase, he can always control that too. So, Chakra Eater hasn't leveled up or anything. Chakra Eater doesn't level up. So, Naruto can create 11 chakra chains. Remember, he's 10 now, right? Yeah, he's 10. So, it was pretty close. So, yeah, and now, since it's been a year, we're gonna go on to the exams. What's the exam gonna be? It's gonna be fighting against. What was that? I think my friend texted me. Oh, no, I'm not sure. Oh, so the test. What would be the test? Trying to perfect your first released. Now Naruto already has perfected, and he's like, "Have you perfected Earth release yet?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "When yet? Last year?" And they're like, "Okay." So Naruto passes with flying colors. Sasuke has perfected his wind release, since he already perfected his fire release. Yeah. So yeah. Sakura has perfected her earth release. She got a new release too. It is, what do we want? Fire release. Why not? She also has fire release. No, lightning release. Because, yeah. Sasuke perfected wind release over lightning release because of how good fire and wind would be. So, yeah. So, Shikamaru, his release, I don't know his release. Let's just say all the main people I care about is past. So yeah, uh, next one. What would so when he turns 11 would be the next one? I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna do something here. Let's just say another raid on the Hyugas come out. Uh, against little a male Hyuga. No, female Hyuga because they're fucking perfect. Let's just say it's Hinata again. Uh, Hinata. Since it's been a while, they sent their since it's been a while they sent their equivalent of Jonin. I mean not Jonin. Anbu. They sent 10. Hinata takes out 3. Okay. Now Naruto placed a Flying Thunder God seal on her, and kind of like has senses her at all times. So he noticed a few people coming in, and he was like, "Okay, they must be Anbu because they had like Anbu level chakra and they're probably on a mission." So yeah, so he notices they're by Hinata and they're attacking her. Naruto teleports there. Notice it's more uh lightning shinobi. How do you like that? Lightning shinobi, and you know what Naruto does? He kills all of them, and he goes on a trip. After telling the Hokage, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna raid the Lightning Village. They have annoyed me enough." And the guy's like, "No, don't do that. Don't do that." And Naruto's like, "I don't give a crap. I'm doing it." So he leaves. You know, he tells Tsunade, "I gotta go to the Lightning Village to destroy it." Naruto doesn't destroy the Lightning Village. He severely damages it, though. Oh, by the way, how many tails can Naruto control? 5. Which is like 500 tails, by the way. So he can control 5 tails. So he goes in his 5-tail state, goes in his lightning state, his wind state. Ugh. He has all his tails activated. He has his Samurai Eye on at max power, his Kaioken at max power, and yeah, he gets there in 10 seconds. And he's in the front gate, and they're confused, like, what is this? Who is this? Hold on. What? Who's this? And he destroys the front gate with his chakra chains, of course. Give me a second. The front gate with his chakra chains and stuff. He goes in. He goes straight to the Hokage Tower. No one can stop him. He's in there in half a second. All you hear is a break, and there's a hole. And well, he has 9 chakra chains out. Okay, and these chakra chains are quite thick too. Okay, quite thick. They're 25% more thick. Okay, and they're about 9 feet long each. So yeah, no, they're 50% more thick. So yeah, the reason why they're 50%, because why not? So Naruto starts destroying things around. His chakra tails are more wild than the 9 tails. Chakra chains are more wild than the 9 tails tails. So yeah, they just start destroying everything around him, and he gets attacked. The person gets sliced in half, and then the Hokage, yeah, it's called the Hokage. It's the third one, I think it is. Uh, puts on his lightning armor and tries to blitz him, but Naruto, him being so fast, is like, you can't outspeed me unless you can get here from here to Konoha in 10 seconds. And I don't think the Hokage could, because Naruto has for 5-tail cloak. He's pretty scary. So yeah, Naruto is like, stop sending attacks against the Hyugas. You're annoying me a lot. If you don't stop, I'll destroy your entire village.
and he proceeds to Buji bomb half the village, and he's like, consider this your final warning. And he just goes back to Konoha. You just go back to Konoha, and basically tells Hokage what he did, and he gets thrown into prison for that. He's in there for a month, because, like, you know, he is the QB, and he did get pissed. Well, he's a nine-tailed turkey, and he did get pissed. So, yeah, yeah. So now he's released. They try to steal his chakra. What's the point of stealing chakra of God? So, yeah, they couldn't steal his chakra at all. Like, they couldn't even put a dent in his chakra. So, yeah. Yeah. So, he's released, and then, because he didn't break out, why would he? He just sitting there, creates his own bed, sleeps on that. He's like, this is far more comfy. And everyone's like, I thought we placed chakra seals on you. Nope. Didn't even notice. And then he gets released and stuff, and he goes back, and the Lighten Village did not send an attack. Otherwise, Naruto would have broke out. And yeah, that's what happens. And then I said 5 months have passed, right? So it's 6 months. So another 6 months pass. He's 11 now. And what happens when he's 11? Basically, they have to. What do they do? Hold on, give me a second to think.
Okay, we're gonna do an intelligence test. Okay, Naruto fail. I'm kidding. Naruto does not fail. He passes the test, like with flying colors. Like he aces the test. He even gets a harder one, cause yeah, it's Naruto stupid. Because Muzaki purposely gave him a harder one to test his intelligence. Something even Jonin would get stumped on. Like high level Jonin would get stumped on. Something Kakashi would take a bit. He finishes in 10 seconds. So yeah, that's the test for intelligence. It took me a bit because I was having a conversation with my friends to find out what should I do. Because like something Genin would do, and we got Naruto, the god. He's like, test physical strength. I'm like, he can destroy the village with just his air pressure from a single punch. And like, durability. I'm like, he's immortal. So yeah. I'm surprised this is so long. So yeah, with that, nothing happens in this year, besides training, going from Kaioken 25 to, 30, he has finally have god level ceiling. His perception time has gone to 32. Just 30, by the way. I was just saying 2 for like, not the number. He has god level security seals. So yeah. He cannot make black chakra chains. Wait, no. He can make a single black chakra chain. Because I think it's been long enough. He's now 12. So, yeah, that's what happened in this year. He has Flying Thunder God 2.0. Basically, instead of 3 meters, it's 10 meters away. So, let's just say Minato's was low level. His is mid level now. Mid level Flying Thunder God, 10 meters away, So, it's time for the graduation test. They have to test everything they know so far, and then they get to pass. And then they have to do see if you can visualize chakra for extra credit points. Like not like jutsu, like something like the Rasengan, but not the Rasengan at the same time. So yeah, so it's basically an intelligence test on everything you've learned this year, and all your abilities, of course. So what does Naruto do? First things first, he finishes the tests in a few minutes, a few seconds. Aces it, of course. Full 9 tails. He says, I can use 5 tails of the 9 tails beast. I have perfect wind control, perfect lightning control, perfect water control, perfect fire control, perfect earth control. I can make black chakra chains now. I have chakra eater, which makes me immortal. I have god level daily necessities, mid level flying thunder god, and god level security seals. I have the samurai eye. Wait, no, he doesn't say that. He has Kaioken to 30 now. He has wood release. He can make bigger tree and big golem. And blessing of chakra control is at 300%. So, yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, he also puts one of his abilities of being an Uzumaki, and he knows the Rasengan, and he regenerates his chakra so fast, he basically has an infinite amount of it. So, yeah. And he also writes he can build his chakra chains. So, what happens now? Naruto, this goes to the Hokage. He has to read every single one. He wasn't expecting Naruto to be so big. He reads it. Oh, and he also puts perfect recall as one of his abilities. He passes out. And everybody's like, what do you mean? What's the passing out? Well, he doesn't pass out. He doesn't pass out. He says Naruto's too overpowered. He's basically freaking Kage. He's Kage. Let's just make him the new Hokage, okay? Jeez. Ugh. And they're like, well, no, why would we do that? And by the way, Jiraiya is at the Lightning Village trying to make peace with them, make them stop, because, I mean, it's not like they were gonna attack him, but Jiraiya heard of this, and yeah. So, yeah, that's what happens, and everyone's like, no, don't make Naruto Hokage. He's basically a Genin. And Hokage's like, read what he put down. Some of them are like, he has to be lying, and Hokage's like, no, he's not. The only thing I can think he's lying about is the black chakra chains. Nothing else. Just the black chakra chains. But even still, I'm pretty sure he could do it. And he kind of just exhales and is like, I'm taking a break. And the Jonin are like, understandable. And then next day, school. He doesn't have school the next day, so they're like, the Hokage needed to take a break. He had mental breakdown a little bit. And so, Naruto just takes us as a vacation. He goes to Hinata and see if he can get a date with Hinata, which he has been trying over the years. He has gotten pretty close. They're good friends. Good friends. Hinata doesn't fate in his presence anymore. So yeah, pretty good. So Naruto goes to the Hyuga compound, sneaks in with Hyugas. He sneaks into a damn Hyuga compound, and goes to what's her name? Hinata's room. And was like, hey, Hinata. And Hinata's not even surprised anymore at all. And let's say Hinata's father had his Byakugan activated and noticed there's a present in Hinata's room and runs in there. And then here's, hey, Hinata, want to go on a date with me? And Hinata's father's like, what? Someone said something. And he notices it's Naruto and was like, okay, how'd you get in here? And he's like, I came in through the front door. He's like, how'd you get in here? How'd you get in the compound? Through the front door. And he's like, I don't believe you. I have picture perfect memory. I can show you. And now his father just like just never mind. And then I completely forgot that Hinata has the flying thunder god seal. Um, he then hugs her. She passes out and fixes the flying thunder god seal to make it mid level. And then he waits a while and then says, "All right, do you want to go on a date with me?" And Hinata's like, "Sure, why not?" And he's like, well, "Where do you want to go?" And so the date happens. Don't ask. I'm not good with the dates. Because I don't like them. So basically the next day, team gets decided. Sakura gets put into a team. All right, and people are like, "Ooh, we want Sakura. She's a great healer." Says Sasuke. Sakura's like, "Yay, yay, yay!" And it says Naruto Uzumaki, and she's like, "What's the point of this team? Naruto is a team in his own." And everyone's like, "True, true, true." And Naruto's like, "I don't complain. I really don't care." And now he has to wait an hour because he ain't about to wait 2 hours for someone to come. He either that person waits 2 hours for him or he's beating the crap out of them. So Naruto goes find Kakashi, brings him by the back of his neck, and throws him into the room. And he's like, "Okay, now it's time to have a nice conversation because I waited an hour and I got impatient." And so Kakashi's like, "Understandable, understandable. A black cat. I was watching you the entire time. There ain't no cat near you." And uh, Kakashi's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "I'm a sensory type ninja. I can sense the entire continent." And he's like, "Okay, fine, fine, fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I won't do it again." And he's like, "You realize I have the nine tails, and the nine tails told me you're lying. I could beat the crap out of you." And guys like you, I can beat the crap out of all the Hokages to ever exist. And he's like, "Bold statement, sir. I have the nine tails. I can control five tails. I can come 30 times stronger. I have god level security cells. I have a flying thunder god. I have a blessing of chakra control by 300%. I have mastered every chakra nature. I have wood release. I can create bigger train and big golem. What makes you think you can go against me?" And Kakashi's like, "Fair enough, fair enough." And I'm also immortal. What? Um, and so it continues. So it's time for the thing, the bells to come up, and Kakashi's like, "Naruto, you're gonna sit out on this one." And Naruto's like, "I could make a shadow clone, and well, I can make a wind clone, and it's like getting level. Want me to do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He chooses wind released and fire released as his two chakra natures for the clone. So, yeah, because why not? I mean, I would rather have fire and wind to go against a fire and wind user than a freaking lightning and water user, just drench the entire world and just electric murder on you. So, yeah, it goes off. Naruto's like, "Hey, we gotta work as a team." And Sasuke's like, "I was thinking the same thing." And so they go to find Sakura. Pretty easy for Naruto and Sasuke, because Sasuke has a Sharingan. Okay, he has three Tamolis. So I'm not Naruto. Sasuke activates the Sharingan, and uh, basically, yeah. Kakashi, they take the bells with great teamwork. Kakashi accidentally scratches Sasuke, and Sakura's like, "Oh, let me heal you for that," and he heals him, and Kakashi's like, "Okay, okay, okay." Now Naruto is using the Academy fighting style, and Kakashi notices and like, "Does this kid not take me seriously?" And yeah, that's what happens. By the way, he's not using any of his Keke Genkai. So yeah, besides the chakra chains, because those are always out. He's using the single black chakra chain. No, he's using 9 red chakra chains. Because, yeah, why not? And then, kind of like trying to take him down and stuff. So, yeah, they get the bells from him. Naruto burns the bells and like, yeah, I'd rather go back with everyone else. Because what's the point of having a 2-man getting team, even unless I'm on it? Um, and Kashi's like, bold statement. I'm a clone. I can take 500 hits. Test me. And then he just disperses, and Naruto's like, pretty good. Nice fighting style, Kakashi. And then, yeah, they all pass, and then they go to, Naruto tells Tsunade he passed. Naruto's and Tsunade's relationship is like father and son, no, mother and son, so, yeah. Except it's grandmother and son, so, yeah. At all times, Kushina and Minato are out and about around the house. Yeah, they have their own room too, because instead of 4 times the size of the apartment, it is now 10 times the size of the apartment. So, yeah, his apartment's pretty big. So, because I upgraded his Flying Thunder God. So, now they go, and Kakashi's like, my team passed, they even got the bells. And everyone's like, a nice joke, Kakashi. I'm not kidding, Naruto was on that. Naruto's a god. He used a clone on me, and he could have beat me with that clone, but he decided to work as a team. And everyone's like, what styles did he use? He used fire and wind. He didn't use any hand seals for wind, but he used hand seals for fire, because Naruto can do that. He also had 9 red chakra chains on his back. So, yeah, and did he use anything else? You know what fighting style he used? The Academy's fighting style. This kid is a god. Sasuke is pretty good. He has mastered wind and fire. And lightning, apparently. Oh, Sakura knows healing, so she's pretty good with that. So, I think they're already all tuning already. Especially Naruto. Naruto's a Kage. Naruto's a damn Kage. Naruto's at least high-level Jonin. So, yeah. That's what happens, and this is the end of the story. How long has it been? 3 hours and 26 minutes. This is the end. This was long. I'm surprised it was this long. I'll see you guys in the next episode.